gentlemen, and welcome to episode 94 of I Got Gameplay. Yes, this is me, it's Michael Burhan here, the perviest man in the world, and it wouldn't be my show without having someone to perv on. So we have today the lovely, the voluptuous, the girl that sends me pictures of herself in a swimsuit when she's not on the show just to make me happy so I won't fire her, Miss Jamie Styles!
In all honesty, I post... Never mind. Never mind, there's no way to... Wait, why am I... Wait, voluptuous? Why am I voluptuous? Have you met me? Have you seen me? I'm like 100 pounds soaking wet. No one comment on that.
You know what? That could be a sexual innuendo right in the middle of that, I'm just saying.
That's why I said no one comment.
Speaking of no one comment... We have the man who's in a lot of trouble at the moment because he is too damn sexy for his own good. He is the head of the Excess Gaming podcast. He is also a gentleman who doesn't think his time is valuable enough to play Final Fantasy XIV. He is Mr. Xander Skullion.
Hello, everyone. Actually, I did play a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV today. I played just a little bit. Just a little bit. But, yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone's kicking ass and chewing lots of bubblegum.
I'm not chewing the gum, I'm chewing kebab.
I'm doing good. I'm making cosplay stuff, so...
Ooh! I need pictures. Or you're fired. Anyway, speaking of or you're fired, and the man never allows me to let him see him in a swimsuit, he is the VG Master himself, the man who's had a high score on Metroid. He is Mr. Lee Garasich.
How's it going, everyone?
So Lee, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Catching up on some retro games, having a good time. Actually playing a little bit of Final Fantasy XI and hating everybody who plays 14. That's about it.
So you got a mutual disdain for Xander then?
No.
Speaking of a mutual disdain for Xander, we have the actress galore here, the lady who's probably busier than I am. She is the very lovely Anina Kaski.
Hello. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, no problem. It's great to have you back for the show. It's actually quite a surprise because I didn't know that you were actually coming on today, but it's awesome because I love surprises. It's like my birthday all over again. I've got two lovely ladies on the show. That never happens.
I did send you a message, Mr. Never Read Your Messages.
I was at work! What was I supposed to do?
Anyway, for the last few weeks, I've been jealous of anyone who has Destiny, because I want so much to play that game.
Well, when I was going to press copy, then you're jealous of me.
I was going to say I saw a used copy on my local GameStop already for the 360.
What? Oh.
Yeah, but how much, Xander? Tell them how much.
It was about $54.
And how much was
these people's lives who can finish a game in one day, please.
They're the same guys who can probably finish sex in 2 seconds.
True.
Speed run.
Why does no one consider the possibility that the game just isn't that much fun?
I do not like I've seen Destiny, and I guess the online play and playing with your friends looks great, but you have to understand that all it is just like Halo and Borderlands. Yay.
But I was there for the beta. I had a little bit of fun, but I just felt like I've been there and done that before.
Now, from what I hear, they did change a lot from the actual beta, but I don't know, I'm still watching someone play a game through it, a gameplay, and I'm still not that impressed. The graphics are gorgeous, but it's not all about graphics.
If you both get basically unfriended by Robman, you'll know why.
See, I won't judge until I try. I need to try, because I just need to try, right now.
If more women would have said that to me, I think I wouldn't be dateless tonight. Anyway. Going on from that, let's go and hit the news, shall we? So Xander Skullion, what's in the news this week?
I haven't really been following too much news, because, everything's been kind of smothered with that whole Gamergate, and I'm kind of trying to stay away from that. But I guess one of the things they were talking about was the Smash Brothers 3DS version came out in Japan, and right now it's the biggest selling hit franchise in the history of Japan right now. Like, it beat everything.
Wow.
So
that is one hell of a statistic.
Teacher would beat school children.
You know what? It's funny because, when I think of big records with, like, groundbreaking records with Japan and gaming, I think of, like, Dragon Quest, because you guys know they had to start releasing Dragon Quest games, like, on the weekends, because so many people would skip school and work to go get the new release. That was, like, a big urban legend or whatever with that. But to hear...
Every boy's heard that fairy tale.
Yeah, and it's just like... To hear that this game really did this, I'm really happy about it, but I'm also very worried about the Wii U release, because I really think this was a dumb move for Nintendo to release it on the 3DS and the Wii U, and the reason why I say that is because if they would have just made it for the Wii U, it would have been the hot app. It would have been like the next Mario Kart 8. But now, you're releasing it on a handheld that everyone already has, like... There's not going to be a lot of people that are going to be breaking their backs to really get it for the Wii U if they can already get it for the 3DS.
I think releasing it both at the same time would have probably even been good for both systems. Now, the fact that they're doing this just for doing the 3DS release first and then the Wii U release, it's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah. And it's just, like I said, it's really bad timing on Nintendo's part because, a lot of people are going to be like, you know what, I was really debating on getting the Wii U, and they're like, well, it's already on 3DS. I have a 3DS. I'm just going to go get it on that. Realistically and financially, that's what people are going to be thinking of. Now, not everyone's going to be like that. Some people will go out and buy the Wii U, because I did play the demo. I got an early access demo code for it, and
I hate you guys for that, because we never got that here.
I know. I was like, what the fuck? But it's good. I just don't really like the controls too much. The controls are not really made for the 3DS. It's got to be for that GameCube controller. That's why they're releasing an adapter for the Wii U. It's because it's so, it's like an arcade stick for Street Fighter. You got to have it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and it's been proven that it was actually the best and more fluid controller for said system. But I do believe it's going to have excellent sales on the Wii U, but it probably won't eclipse the sales that it's getting on the 3DS at this moment. And I do agree with you. It does annoy me that Nintendo releases on two systems instead of releasing it on one or the other.
Yeah, I'm kind of up in the air about that, because I got one of the early download codes from Nintendo, and I played it. It was fun, but it didn't change my decision in wanting to buy it for the Wii U. Now, I can see people who are impatient, or those people who are, like crazy people that have to pick up stuff immediately and they can't wait for it on Wii U. Or maybe they just want it more for the 3DS. That might cut down on the sales for the Wii U. So I never really thought about it that way. I hope it doesn't.
Well, it's like what Watch Dogs are doing, what they're doing with Watch Dogs with Ubisoft, where they released it on every other system, and then the Wii U's going to get a release. And it's like, it's retarded in a sense, because the company themselves would have made revenue if they released them all together. I would rather delay the fucking 3DS release, wait until you've got the Wii U release up to grade, and then release them both at the same time. Nintendo knows to spot their face in this sense.
And the thing is there's actually more features in the 3DS version than there is the Wii U. They took out cutscenes entirely for the Wii U and the 3DS because they wanted to make both ports identical. But at the same time, they added more stuff to the 3DS, including like an adventure mode and stuff like that. You don't have that on the Wii U version.
And now, apparently, the Wii U though has variations of modes than the 3DS. And isn't the Wii U more powerful than the 3DS?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then why did they do that? Why did they give more to the 3DS than the Wii U?
I know exactly what it is. Because that would be too smart to release them at the same time. If there's a way to arbitrarily make a situation more complicated, here comes Nintendo.
I agree. Nintendo's like, I don't know what it is. It's like a weird yin and yang. They'll do something to make their fans like drool and, jump up with joy, and then they'll turn around and do something completely stupid. They'll be like, we're going to come out with this, and everyone's like, hell yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, that Pokemon Tekken crossover game, it's going to be arcade only in Japan. Sorry guys, you'll have to wait and see what happens.
Look at this awesome new data storage medium called CDs. No thanks. We got our cartridges.
And they went there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I was watching the history of Nintendo. By the way, a big plug for Machinima. I don't usually give them a plug, but I'm going to give them a plug. If you check out any single Machinima show, of course you have to do Mortal Kombat because that show's amazing. But if you check out any Machinima show, check out Our History Is Yours. They did a retrospective on Nintendo, and it's goddamn fucking amazing.
All your history are belong to us?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good series.
Awesome. Love that
That's a good series, yeah.
So check that out, guys. It's an amazing program to see. Now, going on from there. By the way, ladies and gents, I just want to introduce someone quite quickly before we continue the news section. He has the biggest penis in the entire universe. He's actually now become Galactus-sized. It's become the destroyer of worlds. He is Mr. Zack Latour.
What's up, motherfuckers? It's been a while.
It fucking has been a while, you prick. Where you been?
I know. I don't know. I've fucking been doing shit. And I haven't been doing anything better than this, so there's no excuse, really.
There isn't. And you should, as I said, I'm expecting, pictures of you in a swimsuit. That's how we roll here. If you miss a show, you have to send me pictures of you in a swimsuit. If you miss an entire year, you have to send me naked pics. That's what Xander did, and we're cool now.
An entire year is just one naked pic. You're selling yourself too short there.
No, one naked pic is all I need. Like the Xander pic gets me through some lonely nights.
Yeah, it's got to be from a good angle, maybe the under the ball shot or something like that.
He has an amazing angle, don't you, Xander?
Oh,
yeah. It's the best angle ever. It's the Kurt angle. It's true. It's true.
Did it end up consummating with a broken freaking neck?
Yeah, and lots of milk drinking
and cookies.
I'll try anything twice, but I'm not paying for the therapy.
So as we're saying here about the Nintendo Smash Bros. 3DS release, Zach, what's your opinion on this?
I think it's awesome. I need to get that game. I think the 3DS, the one that they made specially for that game, I think it looks badass, with all the characters on it. Is Ness in this game? I looked at something and I didn't see him. Is that not happening?
I think
didn't see he was confirmed yet.
I think he's unlockable.
Good. Well, he better at least be there because I fucking love Ness. But yeah, I'm so happy. Still, my favorite Smash Brothers game is the N64 one, probably because that's the one I played the most. And I love Smash Brothers, and I'm so happy it's coming back. It's bigger. I don't think it's going to be the world holds the standard to Melee. Yeah. And it's funny that they're even bringing GameCube controllers back for this game, when it comes out on the Wii. And I think it's awesome. I mean, I'm probably going to get it on the 3DS. I'm definitely going to get it on the 3DS. I don't have a Wii U, so I don't think I'm going to get that at this point, but I just think it's so cool that they're willing to bring back the controllers because people want them. And I still don't think this one's going to be as good as the Melee one. I mean, my favorite is the N64 one, but the Melee one, I don't know, there's just something about that even my buddy Booch, who's been on here before, says that game is the most perfect version.
Have you played the modded version that they did to make it to make the Wii version more in sort of term with the Melee version?
No, I didn't even know that was a thing. You're talking about, what was that? What was the name of that one on the Wii?
Oh, it was Super Smash. It was Smash Brothers Brawl, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was Brawl. That's right. Yeah.
But what they did was a group of hackers basically remedied all the faults that it had and made it faster and more in tone with the mechanics of Melee.
Oh, nice. I remember even the guy who made Smash Bros. When Brawl came out. I'm pretty sure he said it's not as good as Melee.
Yeah, because he was everyone holds it to that standard.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think them releasing it now on the 3DS and then releasing it later on the Wii U, do you think that's going to be more self-destructive?
I don't know if that's it might be the best idea because if you space it out, people might not want to go drop the money on 2 games in one day, but they might not mind dropping it on 2 games in 2 or 3 months or whatever.
That's another good point. Didn't think about that.
It might be a good idea. I don't know. It's when things come out simultaneously. I guess it really doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, I mean, I think more people are willing to buy both if they're spaced apart instead of being dropped on the same day.
Well, I think in my idea on this, I think the Nintendo's missed the boat. In my opinion, I think they should offer like kind of a like-for-life basis. So for me, what Sony did when they first released All-Star Battle Royale, they released, if you bought the Vita version, you would get the PlayStation 3 version for free with it. If you bought the PlayStation 3 version, you'd get the Vita version for free. I think if they did something similar to that, even like a little discount, I think it would get people more in tone with buying both games, because...
Yeah, but Battle Royale, the PlayStation All-Stars, is nowhere near as hyped as Smash Brothers. And it hadn't even been around. And to be fair, it was just a clone. I've played that game, and it's okay. That game's nowhere near as good as Smash Brothers, but... Yeah, I know what you're saying, but this is, in my mind, I guess it just seems different. It seems like so I feel like the Battle Royale was the same game, just on two platforms, but there's a bunch of differences in these two games. I think there's like different characters in them and, random other shit. I don't know. I think, I just don't see it as the same, but, I mean, yeah, they should, yeah, sure, if you buy one, yeah, I mean, I want free shit, so yeah, they should just give you the other one for free.
Mm. Okay, so going from that, let's basically bring over to Lee. Lee, you've got some news for us, and you've posted this on my timeline. And I know Xander doesn't like to get into this stuff, but we need to talk about it. You were talking about Gamergate.
I read through that, but that was very confusing to me. It seems as though the situation is being placed as though the entire thing was orchestrated against Zoe Quinn. But, I mean, it just came out, I just read it, it's very confusing. A lot of the stuff seems cryptic, but it does seem shady. Beyond that, I really do not have much more of an opinion on which way, if it was an attack or if it was just a way to redeem oneself. I'm not sure.
Well, for those who don't know, Gamergate is a controversy in video game culture which are long-standing issues of sexism and misogyny. And gamers commonly become high-profile social mainstream media along the issues regarding journalistic ethics and online gaming press. So basically, these things go hand in hand. Now, what Lee was alluding to is the whole Zoe Quinn thing, because there's basically a situation with hashtag GameOvergate, and I was having a look here, where apparently several figureheads and gaming journalists are orchestrating a hate campaign against Zoe Quinn. Meaning that this is all basically Quinn saying that these guys are attacking her. Now, for those, we've talked about this briefly before, and the fact that Zoe Quinn alleged that 4chan and hackers were targeting her Twitter account. And now she's alleging that several people in the gaming industry who are of journalistic privilege are orchestrating these attacks on her and arranging everything. To me, I think it's a little column A and column B. Zoe kind of brought a lot of this on herself due to her actions. Now, the thing is, I don't hold any blame on Zoe Quinn in terms of anything that she has done. My blame is on the journalists who gave her game good reviews based on the fact that they would get sex in exchange. That's me. Any person who gives something a great review because they get something in exchange has issues in my retrospect. I feel that that's wrong.
Is it by definition a conflict of interest?
Yes. Like, for instance, Anna, if you were given a game to review and they said, look, we'll give you a free PlayStation 4 if you review this game and give it 5 stars out of 5, would you?
No. And you know, when I hear stuff like this, it reminds me of why, the stuff I do, the podcast and the YouTube channel, a lot of it's hobby and a lot of it's something I'm very passionate over. But when I hear stuff like this, it makes me not really want to go in the industry.
Yeah.
Like because I wouldn't last, honestly. If there's that much corruption, I wouldn't last, because they'd be like, "Hey, we want you to do a review on a Ubisoft game," and I fucking hate Ubisoft, and I honestly I couldn't do it. You know.
Plus, there's a whole issue with trolling as well, which the thing about, in my perspective, I review games on my YouTube channel. I do it via nerdgenius.com as well, and also via animecourtyard.com and also retroanlim.com. Now, if someone came to me and asked me, and again, clearly, if Ubisoft came to me and said, retract your review that you've done on Watch Dogs, saying it was a bad game, and we want you to say something positive about it, we'll give you a free PlayStation 4, I'd say no. And the thing is, there's a thing called integrity and ethics. I do not blame Quinn for breaching those ethics and integrity. I blame the people that are associated with her. I do not blame Zoe Quinn for basically doing what she felt that she needed to do to sell her game. But I do blame her for attacking people and saying that gamers are attacking her because she's a woman. People are attacking you because you basically did something that was ethically and objectively wrong in a lot of people's books. Right? That's it. No one's attacking you because you're a woman. No one's attacking you because you're a female. It's like Anina, for instance, you're an actress. If I said to you, right, I'll give you a role in a new film I'm working on, it's guaranteed money, you have to sleep with me, would you do it?
Of course not.
Exactly.
I'd probably kick him in the balls at the same time, as I would say, fuck you.
Yeah.
But with this whole thing, what I've been following on Twitter, which is very upsetting, is the Anina Sarkeesian thing.
Yeah.
Which I think has been messed up into this whole Gamergate thing.
Yeah, because Sarkeesian's putting her 2 cents in and backing Zoe Quinn on this.
It's exactly, and that is the things that have been said to her are just pure violent attacks because she's a woman. If it was a guy saying that, that wouldn't happen, and that's what I truly believe. There still is a lot of...
Agree. There have been gaming journalists and there have been men who've supported, who supported Quinn, who've been attacked just the same as Sarkeesian. The thing about Sarkeesian is, she has gone into the gaming industry, and I'm not basically, I think I agree with you, it's appalling. I've always said the fact that I do not like what Sarkeesian stands for. I think in terms of her being a gaming journalist, I think it's a farce. And the fact that she does everything she does for money. Money's the major motivation. Her, Feminist Frequency website is now a registered charity.
And everybody knows bad press is still good press.
Yeah.
That's true, but if you look at the way female, say, personalities are attacked are very different. If, females are still attacked by the, I'm gonna rape you, then I'm gonna kill you angle. I really doubt the men get those kinds of threats.
We don't get the rape threat, but we do get I'm going to kill you threats.
Yeah, I do, but I understand that, but I think there's still...
Well, I agree, it's passive-aggressive behaviour, that shouldn't happen.
I think there still is an edge, whether people want to admit it or not. There's still so much sexism out there towards women, and I don't really... I'm not for or against anyone, really. I've just been stood watching it from the sidelines.
But do you think Anina Sarkeesian has a point that basically gaming industry is a boys' club?
To a point, yes. Yes, I do. When I was growing up, it was I made the mistake of saying I game once, that I really quickly shut up, because it was still the thing of, what? What's wrong with you? Yeah. You play games? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I will say this. Actually, it was like that for most people.
Yeah.
It wasn't just women.
I agree. Back then, this is...
But, you got shows like The Big Bang Theory. You got, all this, geek culture, that it's cool to be a geek now. And I think a lot of the reasons why we're having so much problems with this media is because it is a young media. It's very young. You know, it's not like the movie industry. It's not like the music industry. And it's just, you know, all these scandals now. It's a part of the media maturing. But unfortunately, I mean, it's just bullshit. In my opinion.
It is utter bullshit.
Yeah, but, like, you know, even if, you know, people were like, you know, what the fuck is wrong with you to everyone because it was a geeky thing. But us females, we get so much different. It's such a different emotion. We can't say that we game without automatically being sexualized. Because, oh my god, female gamer is so sexy. When I was younger, if I said, yeah, I like games, it was ew. You know, oh my god, you're so weird. It wasn't. Now, if another guy said, oh my god, I love games, it was automatically, dude, I do too, that's so cool, bro. It was automatically acceptance. If I said that I like games simply because I had a different chromosome and I was made to birth children, it was automatically, oh, you're weird. Oh, you're so weird. Oh my god, that's so odd. But now that I'm a teenager and I have boobs that have butted onto my chest, and I say I'm a gamer, it's, oh my god, that's so sexy. But the bad side is that, yeah, they think I'm sexy that I game, but once I put out an opinion, it's automatically scrutinized. And I am always wrong. I will always be challenged on my knowledge because I have a vagina and I am not the quote man. I am not the more dominant of the species in their eyes. And
I disagree.
So I will always.
I agree with Jamie completely. When I was a teenager, I'm guessing quite a bit older than Jamie. When I was a teenager, and saying you're a teenage girl that games, that was not sexy in the least. You said that, and you were alone in the room afterwards, literally.
I really think it was really the experience that you went through, because I've always said when it comes to guys in gaming, there's three certain kind of guys.
Yeah.
Okay? You have the guys that are like me who really don't give a shit. You know, I play with, you know, people that game, if they're male or female, I don't care. You have guys like that. Then you have the guys that want to, for some reason, feel like it's threatened, and I think the reason why they feel like it's threatened is because they have nothing else in their life other than video games. So they're like that with everyone, not just women, but women especially, because women are the enemy, because the guy's a freaking... He can't communicate. So you got guys like that. And then you have the guys that are borderline creepers that act like women are like unicorns because they game. So, I mean, like, it's just the way it is. And it's not just like that with video games. It's like that with music. It's like that with movies. I mean, you know, I remember, you know, if you know, like a chick played a guitar, you'd always have a guy that would always try to one-up her because she was a chick that played guitar and blah, blah, blah. But I think a lot of the issues is stuff that people don't let it rest. You know, people keep bringing it up and stuff like that, and it's people like Anita that troll, and they're just laughing because their site is getting so many clicks from this shit. But the moment that people just stop giving a fuck, and the moment that people are just like, hey, let's focus on games. Let's focus on the games that are overhyped, and these AAA titles are not making enough money, so, you know, third-party companies are closing down. Or the fact that Sony right now is not doing too well. The PS4 is carrying it on its legs, but Sony as a whole is losing a lot of money as a company. I think if they focus more on that than some chick that made a game and slept with people, yeah, it's fucking shady as hell, I think it would be a better time.
But that's the thing.
I don't want to be about argument, but like, it has to be said. When I was young, I had to hide gaming. Like, I couldn't be in a group of my friends and talk about gaming. Like, when I got with my one or two friends that, you know, we knew that we were gamers, we would talk about it. We would be ostracized and made fun of if we talked about being a gamer. And on top of that, numerous times, especially with nerds in general, whenever I have a discussion with them, they tend to feel that they're right, and they tend to discredit everything I say.
Yep.
And, I mean, just the cherry on top, no one's ever called me sexy for gaming.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one's ever said, oh, that's because you're a man.
No, but they've said it's because you're an ugly fuck. basically can't get himself a date through
Yeah,
games.
but it's like,
And
I
you know
understand
what?
that everyone, gets bullied. Like, everyone, even guys got bullied for gaming and things like that. But the thing of it is that guys can tell people I game. And you'll either get the reaction of, oh my god, fucking nerd, or, oh dude, yeah, that's cool, what's your favorite video game?
Fine, let me
Tell people,
Let me put it down to this perspective, Jamie, for 1 second. Let me put it down to this perspective, because we're talking ourselves in circles here. Think about it this way. Since 9/11, I've been treated, basically, myself, as someone by certain people. And I had a comment on my YouTube channel recently where someone called me, basically asked if I was loyal to my country, asked who my MP was, and said, do I basically, or am I with my jihadist brethren of my religion? Right? This people doesn't know me. They don't know the fact that I'm agnostic. I'm not a Muslim. But I do hold some beliefs. Now, what's the difference between what I've been experiencing and what you've been experiencing?
Because you're not called sexy for automatically saying something.
Actually, what about that jihadist bomber who was on Time magazine who was told he was sexy?
That's completely different. You're not sexualized for it.
But he was. He was sexualized.
Yeah, they sexualized that guy.
They sexualized the fucking shit out of this dude.
Yes, men can be sexualized, but women are sexualized out the ass.
No, but this is the thing, Jamie. It works both ways, and this is the thing that I keep...
No, it does work both ways, and I understand
he was over-sexualized. This guy, grown women, said they wanted to have his children, and they wanted to take care of him.
Right, and that is bad.
Yeah, and this is what the problem is. It doesn't just go with men. I do agree that a lot of men come out, and as Xander said, there's a lot of different people that come out and are fucking ignorant as shit, and who make these comments. These are what we call gaming trolls. The same goes for women. I've seen women basically say to me, I was approached at a Subway while I was eating with my friend talking about I Got Gameplay, and a girl goes, "You're a gamer? Man, I've never found a guy who's a gamer before. I would really love to date a guy who's a gamer because most guys think I'm weird." And I sat there and I looked at her and thought, cool, have a good day. And my mate
sounds really condescending.
Yeah, and the guy looked at me, my mate looked at me and went, she was chatting you up, and I was like, yes, but it was really fucking creepy. And the reason being was because she was perving over me. And I sat there and I sat there and thought to myself, if she just talked to me as a person, but 9 times out of 10 these people don't want to view you as a person. I'm going to point this out there, I'm not naming names, but I've got a friend of mine who is over-sexualized at the moment and who uses that to get views on her channel. And all these fucking men go out there who think they have a fucking stone's throw of a chance to date her, migrate to her channel, and it's become to the point where it's not about the content. It's about them wanting to sleep with her and her using that. Exactly. And that's the problem. In order for people to change that, then the view of the industry needs to change. Women need to come out there and say, yes, I'm sexy, but I have a mind. I am a person. Right? The thing is, people like Jessica Negri doesn't help the industry, right? Yeah. Cosplayers coming out dressing as a slutty Link or a slutty Mario doesn't help.
Jessica Negri.
Yeah, doesn't help the fucking industry. You can't sit there and say, this is what we want, and then do a double fucking standard. The same goes for Zoe Quinn.
That's that person's choice.
No, I agree.
It's that person's choice. I've always been the kind of woman is that don't you dare underestimate my intelligence because I happen to be a woman. I'm probably smarter than you because I'm a very smart person and I have no trouble. Yeah. I'd rather be viewed as smart than sexy. Always have and always will be that kind of person. But I still think, yes, there will be women who objectify men, but there's still, the boundaries still...
I'll tell you something. Big example.
Can I finish my sentence, please?
Sorry, I apologise. Continue.
Please, sorry. I'm on a roll here. It still stands towards this. It's this is hundreds of God knows how many generations of this subconscious thought of, men think they can touch a woman without the woman's permission. That happens every single day. Now, a woman manhandling a man is rarer. It happens, but it's much rarer. So that
happens to me on the reg.
Yeah, same.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it is, as a woman, you have a lot to prove just for being a bloody woman. And it's knackering. Yes. And no matter what you do in this life, you're being an actress, you get that, you must be a blonde bit, you must be a bimbo, you must, sleep with people to get past. Or if you're a gamer, you don't know anything, darling. How about you sit down and watch me game? Or, you get all this kind of bullshit you do. It's just condescension.
Well, the problem is...
Men get it as well, but I do think it's a very different kind of treatment women get versus the men. That's my opinion. I agree that men get shit as well.
Prime example.
Gets shit.
Look at Channing Tatum.
I think, I think he's
Channing Tatum, right? Do you think he would get to where in the position that he's in because of his acting ability?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't like the films he makes, and I don't...
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't see it. I think he's actually, to me, extremely unattractive.
But again, a lot of people find him attractive, hence his career is blowing up. Look at guys like Peter Andre. The guy tours all over the UK, and he does so because he's a good-looking guy. He doesn't because he's got the music ability of a screaming cat. You've got, like, another example for those who are babies of the 90s. Fabio!
Oh.
Yeah.
That was the guy on all the women's romantic novels.
Yes. Women loved him so much that they fucking, talked about how they wanted to suck his dick on a regular basis. The problem is, the only way to get rid of these stereotypes if they stop becoming stereotypes. And the only way for equality to be achieved is the fact that it has to be equal. Both sides have to sit there and go, you know what? Maybe we all need to stop disrespecting one another and start respecting each other.
Listen, it comes down to, and I think we all agree here, that nobody's denying that this goes on. Nobody's denying that it's not wrong. There are assholes out there. But, see, the reason why I don't, and I mean no disrespect in saying this, I don't really take that kind of stuff seriously unless it's happening in front of me and I have to actually do something about it, morally speaking. It's that we as individuals cannot control other people. There's nothing we can do. It's much like whenever you have a child and the child goes to school and then, somebody picks on them. You have to tell your child, there's nothing you can do. There's going to be idiots out there. Go tell the teacher, do what needs to be done. We are all adults. By us making a big deal about these idiots doing shit, we're giving them power and we're continuing to perpetuate this same conversation that isn't going to stop. There could be 10 billion feminists in the world, and there's still going to be that asshole that whistles at you when you walk past the fucking construction site. It's going to happen. So it's respectable to have morals and stand on that moral ground. But the fact of the matter is, we just have to be responsible for ourselves, take what these assholes are doing, smile, do what we can, make them look like an asshole with a witty comment, but take the responsibility on ourselves rather than going somewhere else and saying, I can't believe this guy grabbed my ass.
But
that's my humble opinion.
The witty comment itself is seen as sexy. I've been catcalled, I've been sexualized when I was in cosplay and things like that. The witty response adds them on and is seen as sexy. It makes them worse. We have to make a stand. We have to make a movement. Not an asshole movement, not a feminazi movement, no. But we have to make these things known so that people understand, we do need to do something about it. This is getting to a part where it's fucking ridiculous. It is getting to a point where this is dangerous. This is more dangerous nowadays than it ever will be. And sitting on our asses and doing nothing, is not going to help or stop anything.
But see, it can be viewed either way. And the way something is perceived is in the view of the individual. Now, I'm straight. I have a girlfriend, and I love women. No denying that. I have many male gay friends, and I've been hit on many times. by gay guys. Gay guys have grabbed my ass before. They say I have a nice ass, and I do. I don't sit there and say, oh, what the fuck are you thinking? I'm straight. I smile, I joke around, and I take it as a compliment. I could take it as though it's offensive, or I can take it as a compliment.
So you want us to take all this as a fucking compliment?
Well, why can't you see the glass half full instead of half empty?
How about the
fucking
girl? There was
sexist.
a girl on news recently who, Notting Hill Carnival, big thing in London. A man grabbed her ass during the carnival. She said, can you stop doing that? He punched her in the face. Because she dared to say, no, I don't like that. And, yeah.
What the fuck? Why didn't somebody beat the shit out of him?
I would have.
Yeah, I was standing there and I saw that. I would have took him out.
One did.
Yeah. I would have broken his face right there, but at the end of the day, that's not due to sexism. That's due to some idiot.
She had the balls to say, no, I don't like that.
But that's due to some arsehole taking things too far.
No,
That's not
everyone's
just
asking
sexist.
about it.
A lot more than people want to admit.
Yeah, if we
When you
stand
say
up...
no to a man, you can get violence back.
Right, we can get fucking
verbal
raped
abuse
because of it.
or physical abuse. That's very real.
Yeah, but that's
Right,
the individual. That's not you. That's the problem. That's not a feminism
And you
issue.
want us
That's-
to stand by... But this guy wants us to stand by and take that as a compliment.
No,
And
he's not
instead of-
saying that as like in general. He's saying that as a situation of if someone means that there's an instance, right? There's a polar opposite of if someone, tries to hit on you. Like today, I was in a bar. I was asking a guy very nicely to open up a bit of space to let the staff walk through so they can basically get the food to the customers. Asked him twice. Guy started a fight with me and said, I can do what I want. I just looked at him and said, look, I'm asking you nicely. He was trying to make it into a fight. I was basically being very nice about it. Asked him again. His wife took him and they left. And then he still wanted to try and fight with me and I just laughed it off and let it go. I could have done one of two things. I could have let him hit me and then we got into a situation where we brawled. Both of us would have ended up with the police. This situation, if she basically said no, or if she took it, either way this guy was probably going to punch her in the face because he's an idiot. He's an asshole. He's a stain of society. Right? That situation isn't a feminist issue. That situation is a social issue with an idiot trying to assert himself and be a bully. There's a difference between generalizing it and saying that this issue is going on everywhere than saying a few bad eggs are spoiling the broth. And it's the same thing where the gaming community, you have gamers out there who are insulting, threatening family members of game developers, right? Does that happen generally? No. There's a few bad eggs. And, you can attest this, can't you, Xander? But the fact that there are idiots, there are trolls, there are people out there who are going to try and make your life a living hell because they have a bee in their bonnet. The problem is, the revolution that you're talking about is not with people like Sarkeesian because you know why she wants this to continue. Because it continues to make her money. And it was Zoe Quinn, she's seeing this as a way for her to get attention. It's not due to anybody else. It's not due to the industry or anyone in the industry trying to make anything about it. It's her using this as a way for her to gain fame. No one knew about Zoe Quinn before all this happened. No one knew who she was before all this happened.
That's true.
And the funny thing is, she has pictures online of herself naked, right? Doing very sexual, provocative things online because she put them out there. There's a difference between sitting there and saying you don't want to be objectified and then doing a porno.
If I heard a conversation where Michael explained to me about some dude being an asshole to him, and then a female saying, well, this some guy was being an asshole to her, this is my own personal opinion. I look at everybody as equals.
Exactly.
And that's what I try to do. So I would say to Michael, you gotta walk away, do something about it, something like that, go get somebody, beat the dude's ass, whatever you gotta do, but you have to take personal responsibility for it, either walk away or do something about it. I'm not gonna fucking say, okay, I'm not gonna give you any pity for it. because it happens to me constantly. It happens to everybody I know. There are assholes everywhere. So, for the two situations, I don't see why I should have to treat a female unequally and have pity or have like a movement, a segregation of a certain idealism for people, rather than just everybody should be treated equally. It seems like, I'm sorry, it sounds like feminists in those situations, instead of taking personal responsibility, are asking for special privilege, which is the complete opposite of equality.
I will say this, though, just to give a little bit of silver lining. You know, we were talking about the whole geek culture and how it's become more acceptable. You know, I do like the fact that it's more accepting than it used to be, because I remember, you know, there was a time when I would have a girl come over to my house that I used to have to kind of warn her a little bit. But just to let you know, I have lots of action figures. I'm a video game collector. I have, you know, a giant Godzilla in the corner of my room.
Oh my God, you nerd!
You know, and I would say that, and you know, it was almost like a test thing. I would tell girls that, and if they liked it, then yeah, it would be good. But if they didn't,
get the D.
Yeah, but if they, you know, were like sucking their teeth about it, or they try to tell me to grow up or something like that, then I would boot their ass, because, you know, it's who I am, it's what I love, and no one's going to change that. But now, you know, it's gotten to the point now where I don't have to feel bad about it. You know, like if someone comes to my room and they see all my games and they're like, "Holy shit, you have a lot of games," I'll be like, "Yeah," and you know, it's gotten to the point now in society that I don't have to feel bad about it anymore, and you know, that part's kind of cool. But you know, with every good thing, there's also going to be bad things. It's just the balance. It's like fucking Nintendo. You know, everything good is going to happen. Something's going to be happening to throw, you know, a wrench in the in the gears. Because, like I said, girls are a lot more accepted than they used to be. But then you also have like this shit that happens that just makes it want to go 3 steps backwards. And it's up to us to, you know, kind of look at it and try to stop it from happening.
It hurts us all and makes us all look bad.
Because the thing is like, you know, I think a lot of the media, a lot of it's bullshit. You know, a lot of the news, you watch the news, it's always negativity. They'll tell you about, you know, a family shooting a lot quicker than, you know, a guy that saved a family from, you know, a fucking mudslide. The reason why is because of ratings, because it gets stuff like this. It gets people pumped. It gets people talking. It makes them money. That's all it is. It's all about money. And, you know, Anita Sarkeesian, you know, stuff like that, the stuff that she says, you know, I can see where some people will be like, holy shit, you know, she's speaking something here. But the thing is like, she's doing it half and half. She's doing it probably because in general aspects, she probably really does feel like she does. But at the same time, she knows that she's like, holy shit, you know, I'm a journalist. This is getting me some attention. This is going to make me make money on something I like to do. I'm going to keep riding the gravy train.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's like the moment she basically put a company as a registered charity, even though none of her money is going towards like female causes or supporting women in countries who are being abused, or women like that young girl who was punched in the face, that's when her argument tends to die. And the thing is, people like her and Zoe Quinn want the industry to stay the way it is because it's making them money so they can stand on a soapbox and keep talking.
Here's the thing. Zoe Quinn did something wrong, morally wrong. She you know, stepped over the boundaries. Her and those journalists dipped their pen in company ink, which wasn't right. She was dating a guy that she fucking cheated on, which isn't right. So there's really no matter what she says, it's almost like I can't feel sorry about it, because I'm like, you know, you probably should have had some better morals.
Yeah, and that's the problem is she's basically using the feminist argument to hide the fact of what she's done and how immorally wrong she has been. And that's the big thing here. It's not about the fact that there are issues going on. There are issues. There are tons of issues going on in the gaming industry because the fact it's become something of pop culture now. The gaming industry never was pop culture until it became pop culture, until quite recently. And as I understand, it's very young in that lifespan because it's become this big thing now.
It's probably obvious in today's world. It is so much easier, profitable, any word you can imagine, to promote hatred and segregation than it is to promote love and equality.
Yes.
It just is. It's a lot easier to talk about this person who made fun of me for being fat than it is saying, oh, well, this guy found my wallet and he called me and brought it back to me and there was no money missing.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. It's like, for me, I've been in situations where I could have used those situations for myself, and Xander knows what I'm talking about, where I've been treated in a certain way, and I could have sat there and gone, woe is me, this person attacked me, and used it to my advantage to get me more sympathy. I chose to ignore them. And the moment we start ignoring these idiots, these bigots, and say, you know what? I'm going to ignore you because you don't matter. That's the moment that people will clearly win. You know?
Right.
You can't sit there and say, I'm going to promote injustice and I'm going to get all my friends to come in and attack you and bring you down, because in the end, everything that you're doing is the same thing that you're fighting against them not to do, and it's bullying. The moment people start attacking someone, it pretty much is. The moment, for instance, that guy, right? Would it work if we all got together, went to his house, spilled everything about him on the internet, got his name, his address leaked, basically made sure that his family suffered for it as well? But again, this is the thing. It goes in the whole issue of two wrongs don't make a right. In the end, if you ignore them and say, you know what, I'm not paying you any attention, because the moment I stop giving you power is the moment that I don't matter to you. Is the moment that what you do, your actions, everything that you've done doesn't matter to me. And that's where I think we should basically head. In the end, there was so much good and positives coming out of the gaming industry, and we shouldn't allow these people to turn the industry into a cesspool because of what their actions. I think the individuals involved in this situation need to be fired. Zoe Quinn needs to be ignored. Anita Sarkeesian needs to be ignored. Otherwise, it's gonna get worse.
Is this going to turn into what YouTube was when it first started with the and this is the only way I can describe it. You know, when Angry Video Game Nerd got really, really popular and YouTube started having gaming channels, what happened was you'd have all these Angry Video Game Nerd clones. And the reason why you had all these clones is because you had people wanting to ride the coattails of that popularity, and it's just venom just spewing more venom. Now, I'm not saying anything bad against Angry Video Game Nerd. I love Angry Video Game Nerd, but I'm just trying to use that as the best way to describe that, you know, all this hate and all this, you know, bullshit.
Well, I agree
is this going to make things worse? When, I mean, in all seriousness, like I said earlier, I want to focus more on actual, you know, video games. You know,
yeah.
Like all this stuff to me is like complete bullshit. It's TMZ. You know, it's like,
if I'm not mistaken, didn't the whole Zoe thing start out because she submitted a game to a charitable group or something that was working to promote games created by females, and if it was like a vote and a good game, it would get taken and then fully funded? It was only for females. So it kind of like, I mean, I'm not even citing to say if that's true or not.
It's called,
I can't say if it is.
The game is called Depression Quest, and she also tried to use Robin Williams' death to promote the thing.
But it started out as a positive thing trying to help women in the industry, and it turned into the industry damning women. How the fuck does that happen? Seriously. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
The internet. That's how it happens.
I see what you guys are saying, and I agree, you know, women shouldn't get special treatment, and I believe everyone should be treated equally, but I also don't believe ignoring it is the right way to go about it. I do, that's, ignoring it, ignoring
there's a difference. There's a difference from ignoring than there is like feeding it. It's like when you see a kid throwing. It's like when you see a kid throwing a tantrum. The best, or better yet, here you go. When you see a kid fall down, when you have a little kid, he's running around acting silly, he falls down. The best thing to do when that kid falls down is, of course, if he falls down and he doesn't hurt himself, laugh about it. Don't be like, oh no, because once you do that, the kid's going to start crying and stuff like that. And it's like, that's kind of like what this is doing. What Zoe did, what this chick did, is she did something wrong. She did something immorally wrong as a person. And what she's doing now is instead of her looking like a bad person, she's taking a very sensitive subject within the industry and trying to bring it out, trying to bring out those demons so it covers up the fact that she fucked up. That's all it is.
Is it not obvious? I mean, again, I don't want to sound rude in saying this, and I'm not talking down to anybody, but please, by no means. But in a situation where a guy is hitting on a girl and it makes her feel uncomfortable or it's unwarranted, at the very least, even if he's acting like an asshole, one, for a fact that that guy probably has problems. He's probably an asshole, has no friends, stuff like that. And two, obviously you're pretty damn hot. Being attractive, I don't see that as a bad thing. So, I mean, it's like a compliment. Now, yeah, I guess...
sexual harassment is a bad thing.
There's a difference between someone finding you attractive and someone outright trying to force themselves on you. And I've been in both situations. I worked in a job at one point. It was one of the jobs that I did. I was wearing a suit. Women used to ogle at me and find me attractive. And I was working in a hospital, and a lot of them, wanted to date me, and a lot of them talked about how amazing my butt looked. Then I had a manager try and force herself on me. This woman had a family, this woman had kids, this woman had a husband, and basically outright said to me if I didn't do what she wanted, there would be consequences. And things happened to the fact that I was being bullied at work, harassed, and she was aggressive. It led to me leaving the company. It also led to me getting so stressed out I ended up with Bell's palsy on the right side of my face, and it also led to her dismissal after I basically put in a complaint.
Sounds like an opening to a porn.
Yeah, but this is what it was, and I understand both points. The thing is, there's difference between flirting and someone not acknowledging that you're flirting with them, and there's a difference between passive-aggressive behavior, and I think what Jamie was stating and what Anna's basically alluding to is when it gets passive-aggressive, when someone starts to treat you like shit because of your gender, because they think in their minds that you should automatically love what they're saying, is a big issue, and it still is. But I can see Lee's point as well, where the fact he sort of thinks if you ignore them, it will go away. In my case, it didn't go away because I tried ignoring it, but it got to the stage where I had to take a stand, and that stand cost me my job. It cost me, basically my home at the time, and it also cost me my health.
Yeah, I'm in no way saying I'm not changing that black and white line between right and wrong. I'm groping, uninitiated, advances, invading personal space, whispering sweet nothings into your ear. Those kind of things are wrong. They should not be done. Now, I'm talking about situations where a girl might be offended for a guy tossing her off a compliment whenever she doesn't feel it's merited, or, at the most extreme end of the, almost morally wrong, like whistling or yelling at a woman or saying, hey, nice ass, or where'd you get those shoes? Something like that. But I'm still, there is a difference between right and wrong. I am in no way, shape, or form defending the people who are wrong.
No, I do understand. I do agree. There is a difference between someone coming up and saying, "Wow, you're really pretty, thank you," and "Wow, you're beautiful, thank you." your sexy is on the line. It depends on how they use it. You know, if someone says like, wow, that makes you look really sexy. Okay, thank you. But if someone just comes up and says flat out, wow, you're just so fucking sexy. No,
I want to
why?
sniff your vagina.
And then if they come
That's
up,
probably over the line.
there's a different. No, I actually had a friend who at a convention
That's
had
how
someone
love
come up to
stories
her. I had someone come up to. There was someone who came up to one of my friends at a con, and he said, "I just want to lick your ass."
Yeah,
now
what's wrong with
that is downright. Because it's fucking sexual harassment. Don't even act like you don't
I'm
know
just
what
playing.
it's
Yeah,
called.
but at the same
Let me know
level-
when. I'll go to Taco Bell.
And
Same
it's
level.
just,
It's
there's a difference between knowing how to call someone pretty and sexual harassment. I do understand that. Now, men throwing around compliments to females, that's fine. If you do it in a nice manner, and if you don't come up and say, oh my god, your rack looks fantastic. No, get the fuck away
But
from
what if it does? Say it. How do you let someone know that their rack looks fantastic?
I always told
You
Zach
call
he
them
has a
pretty.
huge penis.
No, but
You
maybe
call
you're
them
not
pretty.
pretty. That's the point. Maybe your face is unattractive, and they want to tell you that only your rack, it looks fantastic. How do you tell
Maybe
someone
you
that?
should keep your opinions to yourself.
Okay, so now so it's like don't say anything if you don't have anything nice to say, even though it is something nice to say.
Yeah, but it's also sexual harassment.
I think that's the problem. I think in terms of different people, they have different perspectives in terms of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, some people like that. Honestly, some people like their boobs are their livelihood, and when you tell them they got nice boobs, their whole day is better. Someone likes them, But then some people are like, I'd rather someone tell me my brain is better than my boobs or whatever.
The thing is, I think there are certain different people who see things differently, and because our culture and society is so diverse, a lot of people don't know when they're crossing lines. It's like what might be offensive to you, another woman might sit there and think, oh, I love it when guys say my boobs look huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, look at Nicki Minaj as one of the biggest transformations out there. She changed her look, she changed everything about herself, just so that she could look attractive enough, because she felt that she wanted to do that. It wasn't because anybody else would have found her attractive, it's because that's what she wanted to do, and she's got an ingrown fan base about that. Do you think that it was wrong what she did? Or do you think it's...
I think it's a bad role model for people, saying that, oh yeah, change yourself to please other
Right.
people, but if she wants to do it, your body. But
Right,
I
it's
think
your body and it's your mind.
bad role model.
Right, I agree. Now, her attitude itself, I don't think is necessarily a bad role model, but it's just the fact that she's promoting changing herself.
Well, that she
You know.
does lap dances on stage to male patrons.
That's her choice, not mine.
Yeah, but it's in the end, it's like, the whole. If she turned around tomorrow and said, "Don't objectify me," do you think she has the right to say that?
Yes!
I agree, yeah. No, it's still yes. The answer is still yes.
The fact is, I think in the end, you are who your fan base is. If you're like Jessica Negri and you go out there and you dress a slutty link, and you love it when these guys objectify you because it's bit and you paid, and then when someone makes an underhanded comment to you, you sit there and go, I'm offended by that. She's made a career off of it. I'm not saying it's right for people to do that, but you've made a career off of that. The moment, it's like celebrities, like in the paparazzi. Xander made an apt point there. If TMZ keeps going after you for photos, even though you've been baiting them for years, when is how much too much? You have no right to basically say to TMZ, stop, because you've been allowing them coverage of yourself for years.
But it does have to be considered in the whole scheme of things.
Yeah.
That as much as humans are pompous and narcissistic and think, we're intelligent and all this stuff, but we really are we are animals. We're creatures. And we are driven, our generation, by sexual desire. Now, that's not an excuse, but I will vouch that testosterone's a hell of a fucking drug.
Yeah, and the big thing here as well is the fact is you cannot sit there and say, right, I love being objectified by people 1 minute and then the next minute say it needs to stop, because The moment you're cashing in on something like this is the moment I feel that people aren't gonna. It's like crying wolf. People aren't gonna really care anymore. And as I said, in everyone had a valid point here. There was so much that was been said, and I agree. The industry does need to change for the better, and it needs to. But I think in the entire spectrum, and I also think in terms of pop culture itself, men and women need to learn and take a step back and say we're equal. Because I kind of agree with what Lee was saying as well about the fact of you can't sit there and 1 minute say I'm a woman, I'm equal, and then the next minute go I need that man to help me and defend me against that man. It brings that whole idea, the idiom of equality, and doesn't fully enforce it. You know, as a father myself who sees his kids part time, the whole system I'm in at the moment only goes towards the woman. It doesn't go towards the man. The man isn't seen as the carer. The man isn't seen as the maternal parent. The man isn't seen as someone who should be a person to look after their children. And it's sad. You know, we have Father for Justice, but only so much has been done. And the problem is with people like Sarkeesian and Quinn trying to manipulate the industry for their own financial gain, it sets feminism back fucking centuries than it does help feminism. It doesn't help feminism because it doesn't show respect for you because it's a cash cow. And that's the problem. But I do agree with both your points, Nina and Jamie. I agree with the points that, you know, respect needs to be given. No one has the right to sit down and ogle you and scream at you unless you have given them permission to do so or you prefer them to do that. That's your choice. And how you react is also your choice as well. If someone calls me an asshole, I can react in so many ways. If someone you know, for instance, I'll tell a little story to kind of end this segment here. My eldest daughter was sworn at by a man on the bus the other day. My ex-wife was there with her, and basically, if I was there, I would have probably punched him in the face. Because I'm protective over my daughter. How dare you say that to my daughter? But then I sat down and I thought about it, and I said, how old was he? 70. And I sat there and thought to myself, this guy's probably crazy. There could be a load of medical and social issues that are wrong with this gentleman, and that my daughter doesn't understand yet. Do I still have the right to be offended? Yes. Do I need to take it to that level? No. Because I don't know what's going on in that guy's head. So, you know, as I said, with Lee's point, to make that valid, you don't know what the other person's thinking. You don't know what's happening with them. It clearly isn't black and white anymore because there's a load of social anxiety issues. There's a load of issues like medically that are going on with some people. And someone can just be really fucked up in the head to say stupid shit. And some people are just born ignorant fucks. You can't, there is no way to define or justify anything. You know, it's just the way that things are. Now, moving on from that, Zach, have you got any news today?
No, I actually don't have any news today. I was just going to talk about what other people were going to talk about.
Cool, okay. Anina, have you got any gaming news?
Unfortunately not, I'm afraid. I've been away for a bit too long.
No worries. Let's talk about the potential for the 3DS XL. The new 3DS XL apparently unlocks potential, or a big potential of Nintendo's handheld, because Eurogamer were at the Tokyo Game Show and they had the chance to actually look into this console, and apparently it does a lot more in terms of what the previous versions of the 3DS have done. Now, they talked about the reformed new 3DS XL has made a surprise appearance at the Tokyo Game Show. It was exclusively at Capcom's booth, demonstrating the upcoming Monster Hunter 4G. Now, the 3DS and 3DS XL don't launch until the 11th of October this year. In North America and Europe, they launch in 2015 sometime. It hasn't been confirmed what date yet. Now, Monster Hunter aficionados managed to try a device, and from the outside, the new design appears very much like the old. It's the same size, it's the same shape, but it looks deceiving. Of course, the difference from the first moment you pick up the new 3DS XL is considerably lighter than the existing model, and it has more comfortable to hold as well, and even more when you consider the fact that it also contains the buttons and functionality of the old, ugly, bloated 3DS Circle Pad Pro add-on. The device, which basically removed the pocketability from the 3DS at any time it was attached. Now, you also notice that the screen's 3D effect, which pops into view much more easily when viewed at an angle, is the benefit of the device's new eye tracking capability. So what it has an eye tracking capability that allows you, it can basically know what you're comfortable with in terms of the 3D, and it will adjust the system to work on that effect. So let's talk about that quite quickly. What do you think about that, Xander? Because I know you've been following the new 3DS system and the story about it quite recently.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm definitely going to get it. I know recently they released a GameStop exclusive, but it's only for American release, and that's the NES 3DS, and a lot of people are going crazy about it, and a lot of people are wanting to get it, but I'm going to wait on it because I really want to get the new 3DS, because one of the things I really like about the new 3DS is it's going to have interchangeable faceplates on it. So with that being said, it's going to add so much more customization to it, and I know a lot of people are buying that 3DS because it looks like the NES controller, and it's got that whole nostalgic and retro thing going for it. The thing is, I'm like, you guys know they're probably going to make a NES faceplate for a new 3DS, so I don't want to spend $150 this year and then spend another $150 again next year on a brand new model that's going to be a lot better. I mean, I have really high hopes for this, and I almost wish they would have just called it a whole new console to begin with, because that's the more we're hearing about it, the more it sounds like it's just a brand new handheld altogether. It's not just an upgrade; it's a whole new thing,
Well, it also basically has the new C-Stick, which is comfortable. It is basically on the left of the A, B, X, and Y buttons. It's tough rubber, and very much like the one found in place on a trackpad or older laptops. It basically reproduces the effect of the second control stick as well, so it's kind of smaller in comparison, so it allows it to fit in the bag. You have also Z, L, and ZR. Simply, they replicate the functions of the L and R buttons in Monster Hunter. Both also feel very comfortable in terms of reach. Start and select are now small circles underneath the A, B, X, and Y face buttons, but neither get in the way as well. In change position tightens up the new 3DS overall. The design allows the home button to sit more comfortably at the bottom center of the handheld, and the move of the volume controls up to the top of the screen, mirroring the position of the 3D slide bar. It also makes the whole thing more symmetrical. The 3DS and 3DS XL also have new features that couldn't basically be tested, including the NFC technology, faster CPU. There's been no announcement in terms of Monster Hunter 4G if it will require the new 3DS XL play, but the titles will be announced in the upcoming Xenoblade Chronicles 3DS port. And from the initial impressions, Nintendo's new handheld is a huge improvement to the standardized one. And Zach, I know you have a problem with the device itself, but would you be purchasing this on release, or are you going to wait?
No, I'm not. I feel fucking baited. It's like as Xander said. I honestly just wish it was its own system, its own console, handheld console. I bought the fucking Zelda one, last Thanksgiving or whatever.
Yeah, last year, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, it hasn't even been a year, and it's like, it just fucking pisses me off, because now there's things that this one can't physically do because there's things that were not actually put into it and new ideas coming out. So even though they made that thing like the Circle Pad Pro, you could put the device into that. And I mean, maybe you can do that with this, whatever, with your 3DS XL, and that'll imitate the C stick or whatever. The thing of it is that it's fucking now, I don't know, it just seems like now I gotta buy new shit. It's already outdated. It's like, what the fuck is the point? I don't know.
I will say this. Though. I mean, the 3DS has been around for 4 years. It's been out for 4 years. So I mean, it makes sense that they're doing something a little different. But the thing is, I think a lot of it is because Nintendo's been making more special edition handhelds with the 3DS than they have any other handheld they came out with. They've been like, every year, it seems like they make 3 collector's editions. They got this is, and I think that's where people are getting pissed off about, is because, they get that collector's edition, and then they find out that it's obsolete, and yes, it's just a paint job, but that's not the point. You bought the Zelda one because you're a big Zelda fan. And
Right,
you're
yeah.
like, you know what, some people were like, you know what, I was holding out for buying the XL because I knew they were going to come out with the Zelda 3DS XL, and this is my moment, I want to buy it. And then to turn around and to find out, you know, months later that, oh, we're coming out with a brand new model, it is, I could see where that's betrayal. I could see where you could feel
Wait,
very...
what was that? Burhan, hit it.
I can't at the moment because we're kind of recording. But I'll add it in later on. Anyway, betrayal.
Anyway,
but yeah,
but here's the thing. One thing I want to say about the collector's editions is I think it's so cool that they did that. And you know, I feel like Nintendo has been doing that for a while. You look at N64 and the different colors that they had. You know, the controllers versus the Fantastic series. You look at the NES versus the top loader. You look at the Super Nintendo versus the mini one.
Play it loud. Yeah, to play it loud Game Boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The Play It Loud series. And you look at the GameCubes and the color that they had and, you know, all this kind of shit. And I think it's great that Nintendo did that. I mean, I think it's so cool because there's one for everyone. There's like a Pikachu one. Now you have the Super Smash Bros. One. There's the Zelda one. There's the Animal Crossing one. There's, you know, fucking, you name it. If it's a fucking, like a Nintendo thing, it's probably a 3DS console of some sort. The thing of it is now it's like, you're right, like, it's just like a whole different thing. So it's like the other one, even though it looks cool on a shelf, it's like having a DS, you know, so it's like you have like a Game Boy Advance, that's like the NES one, and then like a DS comes out, and now the NES Game Boy Advance is fucking SP is worthless, you know, it's like, yeah, you can play it if you want, but the other one can do both, so it's like, why even have the other one anymore? And it just becomes like something that just sits on a shelf. It's like, why the fuck even use the Zelda one if I can use this other one and it does everything?
It's like releasing the PlayStation and PlayStation Slim or the Xbox and Xbox Slim.
No, it's not. It's not, because even when you have the Slim, like, all the things still play on everything. So it's like, this is not the same. This has its own exclusives. This has, you know, another stick. This has all this kind of new shit. It's not at all like doing those things. It's not like re-releasing the top loader versus the box and Nintendo, because they both work, you know, in general the same way. They'll both play the same games. This is a whole different thing where it's like the other one is now obsolete. Now it's pointless to even have it. Why not just get the new shit?
Yeah, no, I kind of agree on that one. But remember, we had the same issues with the DS when they released the DSi. You know, there was only games exclusively on that console. Remember, Xander kind of hit the point on that one.
One thing I want to say about that real quick is the DSi games were like the Wii games. They were, you know, it's like they're novelty. Like, oh, you can use the fucking camera. Like, this is totally different. Like, I feel like the DSi was like, oh, there's games that you have to have the camera to use this. What games did anyone play that were exclusively on the DSi, and anyone who's talking right now? Did anyone ever play?
Oh yeah, it was a flop. I definitely agree with that.
But like, so this isn't like something dumb like using the camera. This is like it's got another stick. It's got all this kind of shit. This game's gonna be exclusively on it that are gonna be good. Xenoblade Chronicles. The other one probably had some fucking game where you took pictures. You know, it's stupid. It's worthless. It's a cash in for bullshit. But this is a whole different thing. And like the fact that Xenoblade is coming out, like, I don't know if it's supposed to be, you know, whatever it is, a sequel, prequel, port, whatever the fuck it is.
It's a straight port.
Okay, the fact that now it's only on a system that I don't own now because I can't use it, it won't work in mine, it's like, come on, really? I mean, I understand they want to sell and push their product in their system, but it's like, now mine is worthless. Now, fuck, whatever.
Jamie, what do you think?
What do I think about what? Well, we talking about the DS?
Yeah, the new 3DS system, and the fact that they feel that it feels a lot better, it has a different interface. The fact that it feels a lot smoother than the previous version, previous iteration. Do you agree with Xander that it seems like a system that would be great to purchase? Or are you more kind of in Zach's camp and Zach's way of thinking where you feel that the system is kind of making the other one obsolete and it's pissing, and he has a right to be pissed off because they've forcibly made the system obsolete. You know, they're saying, oh, we're going to release games only exclusive to this system.
For once, I'm with Zach. Because for once, okay, no, it has happened once before, but I guess for the second time,
by the way, hell has frozen over.
Yes, it has. I have now become Elsa, and hell is frozen over. I'm Demon Elsa.
But yeah, no, what do you think, Anina? Do you think that you know, Zach's right in this? That Nintendo are just basically making people double dip?
I don't know. I mean, this is how behind I am. I have the DS. I don't have 3DS. I've tried the 3DS. I'm really interested to see how they implement this eye tracking technology. Really interested in that because the 3D on the 3DS really is some people great, some people headaches on unplayable. Absolutely unplayable. I'm interested to see if it really works. What annoys me constantly, and it's probably just because I feel like I'm constantly behind them, feel like I'm constantly trying to catch up and never quite making it, is there's always a new console, there's always a new thing. Oh, if I want to play that game, I have to buy this thing and that thing, and I find that really, really exhausting as a consumer, and it will make me stop buying some games because I'm like, what, I need to get another piece of kit. Sometimes you just want to buy a game. Put it in you already have, and just play.
I will say I do agree with Zach, too. I agree that, because even though I am going to buy the system, but I'm buying it just because I'm just curious as fuck about it. I want to see what it's all about, but I do agree that it does, and that's one of the reasons why I wish they would have just called it something new. Not just the new 3DS. Right. They should have called it, like, the 3DS Next, or something like that. Like, made it more like, instead.
We should work on Nintendo's branding team, because that's exactly how they came up with the Wii U.
Yeah,
no, you should.
Because the thing is, it's like, it's more than an upgrade. It's a whole new thing, and calling it new 3DS is about as dumb as calling it the Wii U from just a perspective of, the way it's going to sell, because now, with it being called, if it's stays being called the new 3DS, that's going to be confusing as fuck to parents.
Yes, the 2DS was confusing enough. I mean, like, they had to put a sticker on the 3DS games that says also plays on 2DS. Like,
yes, I mean, it was like, you're going to go into a GameStop or something like that, and you're like, hey, I want to get a new 3DS. And they're, oh, so you want to get this? They're like, no, I don't want to get that. I want to get this. And it's just, that's where it's going to get kind of confusing. I really wish whoever is in charge of naming Nintendo consoles, I really wish they would just let him go. It's like, you know what? George is a really nice guy. He brings us donuts every Friday, but he can't name a console worth of shit.
Yeah. And then they actually did talk about that in the history of Nintendo about the Wii U, because a lot of people were confused with the whole naming and everything of the system. So
I'm just glad they didn't call it the Wii Wii.
Yeah. But I can see the reason why they named it that, because it's like, it's the Wii, that's for you, like, you play it. I get it.
I think it's a crap name.
Yeah, it's not clever.
As opposed to the game system that I would buy for other people to play, right?
But these are the same guys that basically named the GameCube. It's a gaming system that looks like a cube, let's call it the GameCube.
But I will say, I think the worst console name is the Xbox One. I
agree. The Xbox One is shit.
Yeah, Xbox One is a horrible name. I can't think of a well-named console, to be honest.
You can't think of a well-named console?
Turbo Graphics. That's
the fucking awesome. Super Nintendo. That took the Nintendo, and now it's fucking Super. Like, the Super, and everything was Super on that fucking thing.
The Sega Genesis. Come on.
Hey.
Yeah, but I just think of old, rock band members that are a bit podgy when I think of Genesis.
I keep thinking of the Genesis of McGillicuddy, but that's because I'm a wrestling fan.
No, they're not.
I will admit, I love the name Mega Drive a lot better than Genesis.
Yeah, me too.
Mega Drive is awesome. I love the name of that too. That
sounds badass. Just like just a little trivia for you guys. Did you guys know that the original code name for the Sega Dreamcast was actually called the Sega Katana?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, that would have been. Was the Dolphin?
Yeah.
That sounds like
Nintendo 64 was Project Reality, or the Ultra 64. Remember that?
Yeah.
Or when they called the Wii the Revolution. That would have been great if they would just call it Nintendo Revolution.
I just think that in the end, people just don't know what they're doing. But, we still love them anyway, and we still buy those consoles.
I can't hold Super Nintendo with that high of a regard whenever I consider that's the system that started their like really lazy naming convention. There was Super Mario, Or there was Mario, and then there was Super Mario or Super Metroid or
Yeah, but we had Super
Punch-Out.
Mario on NES. Let's be real.
And then there was Nintendo 64, so it was Mario 64, and thank God there wasn't Mario Cube. That's all I got to say.
Well, the one thing I do want to kind of quickly touch on before we finish the news section, before we go on to Game Glitches, has anybody checked out the Final Fantasy trailer that's just been released?
Oh
God, there's another one. How many years is this one going to take to come out?
Final Fantasy 15, Xander, hit him up. Tell us about it.
Okay, alright. This game has been in so much fucking limbo, okay? It started out as a Final Fantasy 13 Versus game. That's what it's called, Final Fantasy 13 Versus.
Oh my God, it's finally coming out?
Yeah, it's finally coming out. They have gameplay footage. You can see a trailer of it. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. It's got some people mixed up, because this is really the first Final Fantasy that actually is a lot more modern. Like the trailer starts off with your characters inside of a convertible, like they're actually in a car.
What?
And some people are kind of turned off about it, and some people are kind of weird about it. For one, I'm really excited about it. I mean, I will always love the Final Fantasy medieval or the Final Fantasy steampunk thing, but I'm glad to see that they're doing something a little different, and they're trying to do something a little different. And I'm trying not to get too hyped, because Final Fantasy 13 was a mixed bag. It wasn't a bad game. I will not say it was the worst Final Fantasy, but
8 sucks 10 times worse than fucking 13. I fucking hate 8. I hate that game.
What is it? 12? No, 12 was awful.
I didn't like 12.
Awful.
12 was such a... Well, see, 12 was so... It had such an identity crisis because of... Final Fantasy 11 was that MMO, and it was the first time Final Fantasy tapped into that. And I think they were trying to still do that, but try to make it a standalone game. And I thought the characters were just really forgettable. The story was very convoluted. It was a mess. But
I felt like something they perfected, which is the turn-based battle, which was great in Final Fantasy. I really like the turn-based battle system. And then suddenly 12, it's like, based in reality, you can't really control your characters, so,
well, it looks like Final Fantasy 13 is going to be an action RPG. Like
15?
15. It looks like it's going to be an action RPG. Like, 'cause there's no turn base. It's not.
If it's not RPG, then I love like Skyrim and Morrowind. So if it's more like that, that's fine. But with 12, I felt I had no control over my characters.
Yeah, 13 was the same. 13
just
was
fight.
very, very...
13 was the same. You couldn't
linear.
control them. You could only control the paradigms in it.
Yeah.
So you couldn't
and
control the individual person.
It pissed me off to no end, because I felt like it was just the game was leading me to where I needed to go.
Now, there is an Operation Rainfall project that's coming out that I did want to announce for a petition that's getting signed of a re-release of the original Final Fantasy on the 3DS. They're re-releasing that in Japan, and we're trying to get it over here in the States, and they've changed up the graphics, they've really cleaned it up, and they've even added some extra jobs, including the Onion Knight job. So...
Nice.
So yeah, if you guys are listening right now, go on Operation Rainfall and sign the petition to bring Final Fantasy, the first one, to the 3DS. That would be awesome.
Yeah, jumping back to that moment where, I'm quite opinionated and have no friends, I really don't feel that you can call it a Final Fantasy game if it wasn't done by Hironobu Sakaguchi. That Final Fantasy was a magical combination of Hironobu Sakaguchi, Nobuo Uematsu, and Yoshitaka Amano. That is what made Final Fantasy. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed 13. I kind of enjoyed 12 as well. They're good games. But I won't even put them on a list.
I hated 13. I did, I will say I liked Lightning Returns a hell of a lot better than I liked 13.
I still have that game sealed. I haven't even opened it.
They did improve upon it with Lightning Returns. It was a much better game. Granted, if you're someone who doesn't like religion very much, You're probably not going to like it, but I enjoyed it a lot more. In comparison, though, I didn't know what they were doing with it.
The only thing I wish that Square Enix would stop doing is forcing lightning on us.
Yeah.
Because because hear me out. There's a lightning mission in Final Fantasy XIV. You can fight along the side of lightning in that little event. Also, the new Final Fantasy Explorers that's coming out for the 3DS is going to also include lightning in it. And oh man, it's just like I could just see Final Fantasy 15 having like a lightning Easter egg. I could see it. They're trying to make her into the new Cloud. They're trying to make her into the new Cloud, and it's not fucking working.
The thing is, oversaturation of her doesn't turn her into the new Cloud. Cloud was not oversaturated. How many years did it take before they expanded the Final Fantasy VII universe? It took years.
Right. Like, on that note, when are we going to stop getting all these lightning things and all these Final Fantasy 13 things and all these, shit games that we've been waiting on for years, and get a Final Fantasy 7 remake that I'm pretty sure the fans would pay for themselves?
That's not happening. That is not happening. The one thing I want to see before I fucking die is
but
I want to see
it would be
a
good.
PS3 or PS4 thing where it's every Final Fantasy 7 thing, where it's the movie, it's Final Fantasy 7, it's Dirge of Cerberus, it's whatever the PSP one was, it's
Crisis
the cartoon.
Core.
Crisis Core. It's the cartoon that connects Crisis Core to Final Fantasy 7. I want to see every Final Fantasy 7 thing put into one thing for $60. I'll just all redone in HD. And I'll just buy the whole fucking thing.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Just reanimate Final Fantasy VII. It's not like it wouldn't be paid for. Yeah, it would be an expensive project. Yeah, it would take a few years. But don't you think that they would know that the fans would pay for it tenfold? It would make them so much money. Don't change a damn thing, but get good voice actors and actually remake the fucking game.
No, why would you remake the Final Fantasy VII? I just want a remake of the game. I don't need fucking.
That's the ace in the hole.
I want the same game in HD.
I want it like animated CGI.
It already has CGI. The game has CGI.
No, you don't understand. I don't want Lego figures. I want
Lego figures. Last time I played Final Fantasy VII last year, I was still blown away by the graphics in that game, by the cutscenes.
Okay, the graphics were still good, but it was just I would like to see something reanimated in quality for The Last of Us and stuff like that for the fans and replay the game that way, because don't you think that it would sell? Don't you think it would be good? I'm not calling blasphemy and redo the game entirely. I'm saying give it new light.
No, I will do it until they need to.
Okay,
I will say this. I was going to say, I will say this. The reason why they're not making a Final Fantasy remake is exactly what just happened right now. With everyone, there's so many ideas and so many things that people want to do with Final Fantasy VII. Some people want to just keep it the same, just, smooth out the polygons. Some people want it as a whole new rebirth. But the reason why it's not happening is because, honestly, if I was in charge of Square Enix, I couldn't do it. To me, it would be one of the hardest things to do, because anything you do with Final Fantasy VII, because it's such a profound masterpiece in so many people's eyes, anything you do, you're going to end up pissing a lot of people off.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true.
If you add voice acting, that's going to piss someone off. If you change the story where, there's an Easter egg where you could bring back Eris, that's going to piss people off. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like Star Wars, you can't please anyone. But the thing is, it's like if you don't change anything, then you'll have the people being like, well, they're just trying to do a money grab. They didn't even change anything. Why do I want to buy it?
They can't win. You're right. There's no way they can fucking win. Just bury that shit in the ground and tell people to buy the game on PlayStation. Or
get it on PlayStation. Store. Get it on Steam. It's on Steam and it's good. But yeah, I really don't think they're gonna make. If they ever remake it, it'll be because of Square Enix is on the verge of bankruptcy. Yeah, that's the only time. It would be going back to when Squaresoft was about to close and they made Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was made because that was going to be allegedly their last video game.
Yeah.
And I think Final Fantasy VII will be their allegedly last game, so it's going to be a go for all or go broke at that point. But
yeah,
as of now, it's not going to happen. It's right up there with Shenmue 3.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's dead.
But they do keep teasing people with going, ooh, we might make it, which annoys me. You know, make it or don't make it, but shut up about it. Do you know what I mean? That's what annoys me, is like, ooh, new rumors. Ooh, new rumors. Oh no.
I think we'll see Half-Life 3 before we see a Final Fantasy 7 remake.
I don't know about that. Half-Life 3 seems to be buried in fucking time. That fucking
it's more with Valve's choosing. When I looked at the Valve retrospective, and the way I think they're afraid of at the moment is Half-Life 2 sold a lot. That it's actually one of the highest selling properties that Valve have. I think they don't know. They feel probably the same way about Final Fantasy, like as Square feels Final Fantasy 7. If you release Half-Life 3 and people get pissed, as pissed as people got with Mass Effect 3, it's going to annoy a lot of people. And I think they're just waiting to see what they can do or how they can execute this game before they release it.
I do agree with Zach, though. If they were to do anything, just make a collection where you take all the Final Fantasy VII universe, put it on like a couple of Blu-rays, include the movie Avid Children, just do all that shit. Put a price tag of $60, make it $100, and add a fucking nice figure of Cloud riding a fucking motorcycle. I'd be all about it.
Yeah, but also Last Call as well. They should add Last Call to it.
Yeah, I mean, just add it all to it, and
yeah, everything that's Final Fantasy, just put it all in the thing. HD everything and fucking put it out.
Yeah, that would be to me that'd be more realistic than a Final Fantasy VII remake, but just as awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go now in terms of for our break. So we're going to have our break for a couple of minutes, and we'll be right back after this.
Moving ahead. No time for guessing, follow my pen instead.
And we are back. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's episode topic is game glitches. Basically, those glitches are synonymous with gaming to that represent those games and have become more historic than the games that people actually play. One prime example is the Pokemon glitches. There's several different glitches in the Pokemon games that we knew and loved. The number one that I talked about is Messigno. Everybody has had this character, has caught this character in Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, and even Pokemon Yellow. So Xander, have you ever played the game and caught Messigno? Xander's not here at the moment. Jamie,
he was abducted by aliens.
I think he was too. Jamie, what about you? Have you ever captured Messigno?
No, I haven't. I haven't played a lot of Pokemon. I haven't had the consoles to actually do it, so I haven't actually.
Play it on an emulator. That's what you need to do. Emulate it on your laptop. We do not.
I don't have the laptop to run it. It'll just die.
What, a Game Boy emulator?
Yeah, my laptop is not that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have it taken apart and actually cleaned and everything. It'll hardly run The Sims without glitching.
Oh. That sounds like the world's worst laptop. That sounds like a what about you, Lee? Have you experienced that part of Pokemon?
No, I have not. And the only Pokemon game that I've actually played completely through was Yellow. And that was around the time it was released. And I played around with a little bit after that, but at the time, I wasn't aware of Messigno. Since then, I'm aware of it. I've watched many videos on how to do it, and actually quite a few of my friends have mentioned that they've done it and showed me it on their save files, but I've not done it personally.
Well, what this glitch is basically a character that it's an error in the game in itself. It's something that hasn't been programmed into the game, and you can glitch the game into bringing this thing up, and if you catch it, it gives you infinite whatever item that you're holding at the time at number 1, I believe. So you could have infinite escape rope, or you get infinite Pokeballs. It's a great little catch, a great little find. But a lot of people used to report as well. There were rumors that it even ended up crashing the game. But there was also glitches for instance, there was a glitch where you could find Mew, without actually having to, because with the Mew character in the old games, you would have to go to Nintendo conventions in order to get that character. Well, you can actually glitch the game into actually doing it itself. And if you guys want to find out more about that, you can go to A+Start. He's got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/A+Start. It's a great channel where he talks about glitches themselves. So let's ask you guys your favourite glitches. So to start with you, Jamie, what's your favourite glitch that you've had or have experienced or have seen?
Okay, so the favorite glitch that I've actually had happen to me was in Operation Raccoon City, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I was playing as Four Eyes, and we're doing the battle against, I think it's the one where you're trying to get all of the electricity generators in that one lab. And we're going around, and I noticed that my team members are dying, whatever, my button's broken so I can't revive them. So I'm going around trying to keep myself alive, and I look over and there's Spectre dead right when I was going to spray him, which is cool, it happened. But then I realized that Spectre has died on top of a green herb, and the green herb has phased through his chest. So the man literally is dead with health growing out of his chest, and now I can neither revive him or grab the herb, so I die.
Ah.
So I thought that was really funny. I'm like, the dude died so hard he phased through an herb.
What about you, Lee?
Oh, well, you know me. I gotta keep it old school. The obvious answer would be the Minus World in Mario Brothers, but there's a glitch in that game that is by far my favorite of the game, and that's getting to the end of one of the final stages in the castle. You can actually hit Bowser and the axe at the same time, so the game registers that you actually went from being a big guy to a little guy. However, your graphic will remain a big guy. And then on the next stage, when you get a mushroom, you'll shrink, and then the next power-up will be a fire flower. And you'll actually have firepower as a small guy. That's one of those weird glitches that I picked up from, like, old school in an arcade. One of, like, the cool teenagers showed it to me. That was awesome.
What about you, Anina? What's the glitch that you've experienced?
Well, as soon as I had the topic of tonight's podcast, I started thinking of the King of Glitches. Love this game, but there's a million glitches in Sims. My favorite.
Oh my god!
My favorites being la 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 la. Happy as Larry. Your Sims are doing something ordinary, eating, being normal. Suddenly, they start looking like something from Half-Life. The neck becomes long, they have long hands.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. Especially terrifying when it's a baby suddenly does that.
Oh god!
It's terrifying. And you're there going,
children.
I found it disturbing.
I've seen some of those images. They are disturbing.
They really are.
Xander, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I have a glitch. I just came back. I don't know if you guys have talked about this glitch, but it's going back to Lee's topic on Super Mario Brothers. And Lee, I thought you were going to mention this glitch, but the turtle shell glitch. When you would sit there in a couple of the stages of Super Mario Brothers before you get to the flagpole, there were a couple of stages that would have Koopas going down the stairs, and if you timed it just right, and you could actually hit the turtle shell and constantly hit it and jumping on it, and it would just keep on going and going, and after a while the points would get so high you'd start getting 1-ups, and if you of course you'd get 99 lives, but if you kept doing it, it would actually change the numbers by Mario's name and change it to like card numbers, like spades and aces and hearts and stuff like that when they got so high. I love that glitch.
They actually programmed that, and I think it was confirmed that it does start going into weird symbols. But if you do that and get so many extra guys, the next time you die, you will get a game over. I'm pretty sure that was something that was programmed specifically by Nintendo. Like, if you're going to be a greedy asshole, screw you, go back to the beginning of the game. But yeah, what you're saying, that's on stage 3-3.
That's so fucking evil from Nintendo.
It is. But I also found out, and I was so ecstatic when I was playing the new Super Mario Brothers for Wii U, on the first stage in the Poison Swamp, there is a Troopa going down his shell at a perfect angle. He's like a big Koopa shell. It's like the creatures are big there. It's not like Giant Land or anything. But right there, you can jump on it, and you can do that 1-up glitch in the new game. I don't know if it was intended, but I mean, that tickled my nostalgia and had me giddy like a schoolgirl. It's actually on one of the videos on my YouTube channel. I had footage of it playing the game.
Is that Mario Brothers U?
Yeah.
Ooh, I might try that.
They had they also, speaking of Super Mario Brothers, they mentioned that there were unlockable, like, glitched out unlockable levels with other games, swiping the carts with the Famicom. Like, they were talking about if you were to swipe out tennis on the Famicom, you had to do it a certain way. If you swiped out tennis with Super Mario Brothers, you could actually unlock other levels.
I heard that, but I only actually did that.
Well, was that in tennis or was that in Super Mario Bros?
Yeah, it was in Super Mario Brothers. Like, you'd have to put the tennis card in, and you had to time it just right and swipe it out and put a Super Mario Brothers in there.
Super Mario World, do you mean?
No, Super Mario Brothers for the Famicom.
Oh, so this is Japan only?
Yeah.
Ooh, it sounds interesting. I've got to see a picture of this.
I'll tell you guys a really good YouTube to check out, and that's Easter egg hunting or the Easter egg hunter. He's a UK guy, and that's all he does. He looks for Easter eggs and glitches, and even I think he's the same guy that also had a segment called Glitch Theory, where they would do all these glitches or urban legends like finding Mew or doing little things like that, and it was kind of like Mythbusters, but with gaming glitches.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I've got. I'm so approached the wrong guy. You should have told me about him earlier. I would have tried to get him on the show.
All the videos that I've ever seen, I've never once seen anyone mention this is something that I used to do just personally. I don't know, really would call it a glitch or anything. But has everyone heard of the game, The Legend of Zelda for NES?
Oh, I've never heard of that game.
I'm glad we're all on board.
I'm a teenager. I just discovered the NES.
Try this. The next time you're playing it on the NES, when you beat a boss and you're going up to the Triforce, drop a bomb like a pixel away from the Triforce when you're standing there, and immediately, as soon as it blows up, grab it, and the entire screen will be washed out white. It only stays that way till the end of the stage, but...
Another little glitch I used to do this all the time. I was always OCD about it. When I play Super Mario World, I would take I would get Yoshi and I would put the key in my mouth and I would walk through the keyhole, and of course when you'd walk through the keyhole with Yoshi and his mouth was full, it would still open up the giant keyhole. My meow. It would always make that sound, but why it's not meow? You could spit out the key.
I did that, yeah.
It makes that
and Yoshi
noise.
Yeah, Yoshi back. Bow. I was so OCD about it. I would go back through the stage just to hear that sound.
Yeah, I did that too myself. Well, there's another one. Speaking of that, in Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, for those of you who own the game, I know it's kind of expensive at the moment. Now, there's a glitch on this game where you need basically A plus 10 or A plus 20 star from the basically from a baby who was on the receiving end of one. Now the glitch requires some setup. You need A plus 10 or A plus 20 star item, a transformation bubble on screen, and enemy damage first. Now once you get hit, you then run to the bubble and let the timer run down and let the toadies grab Mario. Immediately grab him with Yoshi's tongue, and while the timer is still 0, you transform it basically. You transform, and the toadie should turn around and grab Mario again, and once they do, you pause and use a 10 plus or 20 plus item, and then grab Mario. He will now be trapped in a bubble smaller than him, and this isn't the fun part yet. Either you let the transformation run out, and then you hit the Yoshi block and return to normal, and now the fun begins. Yoshi can grab Mario like an enemy with his tongue. From there on, he can swallow him and turn him into an egg, and it doesn't damage the enemies. It spits him out, causing him to slide and float all over the place endlessly, or spits him into a wing cloud and activates it, and causing Mario to explode in the process. There's only one fix to the glitch, and that's to leave the course by hitting select on the pause screen and resetting it. However, it's worth doing for the sheer amusement factors of various possibilities. So for anyone out there who hated when Mario was crying and screaming when time was running out, you now can get your revenge using this glitch.
Funny thing about Mario crying, for the longest time I never had that game because, my mom, when she'd give me money to buy games or when she'd buy me games, that was a game I was asking for, but she wouldn't buy it for me because of Mario crying.
He's like, that's abusing the child.
Well, it wasn't that. It was just, I didn't have a TV in my room at the time, so I always played in the living room, and that's all she would hear. It's like, wah, wah, wah. And she's like, I'm not buying you this game. And when I'd get a Blockbuster, and I'm like, I want to rent Yoshi's Island too, and she was just like, oh my god. Why don't you just rent Mega Man? My mom would be like, rent Mega Man, rent Castlevania, don't rent this game.
Oh god, I know, my mum hates, I was playing Donkey Konga the other day, and I found out it was the only game my mum hates because of the sound of the bongos. She was trying to sleep, and I kept playing with the bongos, and she was just she came into my room, looked at me, and went, "What the hell are you doing?" I was like, playing Donkey Konga. Like, didn't I forgot how fun this game is. I'm trying to sleep!
Oh, you know what my parents hated? When I had Dance Dance Revolution and I bought the mat, they'd run upstairs and go, "What are you doing? Are you trying to, bounce your way through the ceiling?" Because my room was on the top floor and they were downstairs. Oh, I could have been a Dance Dance Revolution champion if they'd let me.
I'm not. I've got 2 left feet. I'm terrible. For those of you who want to see how I dance, check out my YouTube channel and check out my Just Dance video with the kids. They have groove, they have rhythm, I have none. I have the rhythm of a basically skinless Silent Hill baby. So going on from that, let's ask you guys on the least favourite glitch. Have you had a glitch that kind of glitched the game out for you? Let's start with you, Jamie.
Oh God. I can think of several of the Sims where I had to it completely just destroyed the game, but that's just Sims. I'm trying to think of something that's not the Sims because there's so many on the Sims. The Sims is like glitch central.
The Sims has been glitch central. I remember once where a member of in I think it was the Sims 2 Deluxe, I had a family member die, and for some reason they kept haunting the place.
Oh yeah, that happened.
After you had them exorcised, because the urn and stuff you could leave the house with, you had the house exorcised, and they're supposed to leave. Still didn't go. Came back, still sitting there, still causing havoc, and I was like, what the hell's going on?
I had one, it's still The Sims, but I think it's worth mentioning. So, okay, me and my boyfriend creating, TV show characters and video game characters in The Sims. So, we created, Sherlock Holmes and Irene Adler, and they had a dog named Watson. Okay, well, Irene Adler moved in with Sherlock, and Watson had died at this moment. He had gotten to be an old dog, and he just passed away. Watson started haunting the house, wouldn't let Irene sleep. She woke up, got scared, pissed herself, went to take a bath. The dog kept scaring her. She couldn't take a bath. She kept peeing herself. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't eat. And we had to stop the game, make them move houses before Watson would stop haunting her and let her live.
I had one where you couldn't get rid of Death, the Grim Reaper. He just hung around.
Did you hear about the game where someone, they had a couple, and, the male died, or something happened and the male died, he got electrocuted or something, and the player went to check on the wife, and went to have them, beg for, beg for the other person's life, because you can play rock, paper, scissors for their life. They went to have them beg for the other person's life, and the woman was sleeping with the Grim Reaper.
That's a way to beg for someone's life.
The wife got pregnant and had the Grim Reaper's child.
Imagine what pickup line he had to use. Damn.
Hey baby, can I go reap his soul?
I don't even know, but I was just like, how do I do that? I want to do that. Another, one final
hey baby, I handle stiffs really well.
Oh my god. Okay, now that is awesome.
So you want to plead for his life? Well, get down on your knees and plead.
Oh, it was bad. I had one of the funniest glitches, the funniest glitch we've ever had happen, was we once again created characters from Bleach, the anime Bleach. We created, Shunsui. And then we created and we don't like him, so what we did was we created Shunsui to have him basically run on free will only, and see if we could just let him live and not tell him anything to do, and see how long he survived. So, people come over to greet him at his house, and Kisuke Urahara was with him. So he's sitting there, and he's made things to eat, he served food for people, and they're sitting there, and Kisuke stays for a really long time, he just sits on the couch and doesn't move. Until finally he stands up, grabs his stomach, and dies.
Wow.
For no reason. He didn't move until he decided to stand up, grab his stomach, and keel over.
Wow.
Yeah!
Well, I have a really bad glitch story. It involves Pokemon. Okay, I used to have Pokemon Blue, and no, I had Pokemon Red, and my friend had Pokemon Blue, and we were in middle school, and we'd always trade Pokemon. Well, we found out about the missing no glitch. And I'm pretty sure all of you guys already know about this glitch. You go to Surf City, or you use Surf in one of those cities, and you go up and down, and you battle this glitchy ass Pokemon. And whatever's the 6th slot in your inventory, you get 99 of it. So you can get like 99 Master Balls, you get 99 rare candies. So one of the things that our friend told us when he introduces glitch to us, he's like, whatever you do not catch missing no. Do not catch him. Me being the trustworthy person I am, I did not believe him. I'm like, you know what? He doesn't want me to catch missing no because he doesn't want me to have more Pokemon than he does, or he doesn't want me to become more of a master than him. So what do? I catch missing no.
I could just see you just turn your hat around as you're doing that.
Oh yeah, I was like, this guy's totally bullshitting, So I catch missing no. Well, the problem was because of catching missing no, it 1 deleted my whole save file, and 2 it would not let me save. The first time I deleted my save file, I was really upset because I had 147 Pokemon. I almost had them all. And I was like, oh my god! But then I was like, you know what though? It's okay. I'll play the game, I know what I'm doing, and I know the missing no glitch, so I'll just get a rare candy and just I'll just beef my army up one night, So I'm sitting there playing, going through the whole, spiel with Professor Oak, trying to distract me so he can bang my mom, and he's like, hey, this is a Pokemon, So, I sit there and go through the whole finasco, I go to save, turn it off, turn it back on, I'm back to square one. It would not save. I ended up taking the game back to Walmart, and thankfully, Walmart let me exchange it. I didn't tell them why. I just said the game was defective. But they let me check it out, and of course, then I had to get Pokemon Red, which then I had the same Pokemon as my friend. That kind of sucked. But, yeah, don't catch missing no. It'll just fuck up your whole save file. That sucks.
Sounds like one of those gaming creepypasta things.
Yeah, it was something else, man. I was really upset about it.
Keeping on the Pokemon level of things, you can also, where you go to find, I believe it's Cubbone's mum, when you're in the ghostly, I think
Lavender Town.
Yes.
Oh
Now,
god, don't go to Lavender Town.
you can actually skip that cutscene if you have an escape rope. So you can actually glitch your way out of that cutscene, and you don't have to then get the key card. You don't have to basically, you can miss a huge chunk as long as you have the escape rope. So there you go, guys. If you have that, you can glitch your way out of that system. Do you guys know about the Super Mario 64 glitch? Where you can complete the game with no stars?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard about that.
By using, there's a glitch that allows you to back jump, and because for some reason in the code they didn't put a limit on his jumping to the point where you can actually reverse jump all the way to Bowser at the last stage, and you can defeat him with no stars. It works basically, you have to go into a corner of the wall in the mansion, perform that glitch, it then glitches Mario in between the wall, and you have to keep doing the glitch until eventually he goes through all the way to the top where he reaches the room where Bowser's located. And as he back jumps there, he goes all the way basically to the final boss without doing anything else. It's a fun glitch. Again, check out A and Start on YouTube. So it's A+ Start. It's youtube.com/A and Start for that one. I saw it on there and I was just like, I want to perform this, but it looks like it would take loads of time. So
Definitely have to check that out. Have you ever seen the, I think it's Ocarina of Time in 11 minutes?
Ooh, no. How did they do that?
He got a a Deku stick in the Deku tree, did some backflip on a wall, and was at Ganon's tower. I really have no idea how he did it, but I watched the whole video. So, and he beat the shit out of Ganon as Little Link with a Deku stick.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
Look up like fastest speedrun on Zelda. I don't recall. It was a while ago that I saw it, so I'm sure someone else has done it since then.
There's also a glitch on Sonic as well where you can actually, I think they call it the linear glitch, where if you're going at a certain speed and you're rolling, you can actually glitch the screen by pressing down so that you fall through the ground and you end up falling constantly. It's like continuous to the point where it will glitch itself to bring back to where Sonic is, and by the time the camera corrects itself, Sonic is near to the end of the level, and you just complete the level that way. Anyone else got any top-rate glitches?
I just remembered one that was kind of my fault. It was it's last Sim one, I promise. Anyway, with Sims you could, you know how people made their own stuff and you could download it and add it to the game. So I downloaded this special bed that would let you see your Sims having sex, basically, graphically.
Oh yeah, what
So,
is that?
was this at a time when you weren't having any sex?
Yes, I was a horny teenager, so obviously, so I downloaded that bed.
Who wasn't? Like a horny teenager. That's like saying a hungry dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Anyway, I downloaded it, made my Sims do the naughty, and at first it just looked like they were having sex with air, and I was like, for Christ's sake, again, more frustrated. And finally, the animation synced, and they were actually touching each other. The entire game crashed. I could never play that game.
Oh no!
So I was kind of cock-blocked by my own game. So I could never play. I had to reinstall the entire game, lost all my gameplay up until that point. So I learned a valuable lesson.
Wow, that's rough.
Just don't. So yes. And you can't exactly, go to my brother and go, "Fix my game, would you?" That's just too embarrassing, so I just went, I've got like 10 families of Sims that are now destroyed due to my own horniness. But, what can you do? Because it always freeze frame. As soon as I, open Sims again, it was freeze frame into the same thing. Nothing was happening. Time would keep going forward, and these two Sims would be stuck in the bed in like one on his head, one with his leg up. It was just
that's dedication to sexual positions.
Yes,
that could have led to some very embarrassing moments.
Yes.
All I need to ask is, Anina, get what you were looking for from that glitch?
No. I learned never to download anything, not provided by the actual game from the internet.
All I know is porn is your friend. That's the note. If you're ever looking for a good time, don't go to The Sims. Just watch porn. Anyone else got any nice little glitches?
Going back to what Xander mentioned about swapping out the NES games, or the carts. Back when the PlayStation was first released, I don't know what dawned on me to do this, but I was swapping through games, and I'm pretty sure it was one of the early RPGs, maybe Suikoden. I may not be pronouncing that properly, but at one point I got frustrated, and I went to go change the game and play some Twisted Metal 2 and shoot shit. Instead of doing it properly, I was an asshole. I just opened a disc tray, pulled the disc, put the Twisted Metal 2 in, and closed it, and the screen froze and paused. And I was going to go hit the power button, and I was waiting to see if something was screwed up. And it actually played an ending to one of the characters like I beat the game in Twisted Metal. I've not since been able to recreate that. But I just thought that was really weird.
You know what you should do? You should do a YouTube video on it and try and recreate that kind of like... That would be awesome.
It's an idea, but I don't have either of those games anymore.
Well, here's another Pokemon one for you guys. You know, the ones that... as everyone's like kind of familiar with X and Y, there's called trade cloning. Have you guys? Do you guys know how to like clone? It's kind of a glitch that's in the game. It's a funny little bug.
Nope, I'm interested.
Well, in X and Y, I've kind of mastered this. That's why people keep sending me their Pokemon, and I've got some rare ones because of it. Where if you have two like 3DSs that are local to each other, you can actually trade with someone else. So all they'll need is a shitty Pokemon that they don't want, and all they have to do is kind of prompt you to trade with them. They initiate the trade. Once you trade, all you need to do is when the screen basically comes out, once the Pokemon is traded and the screen goes blue, you count to 5, you turn off the one that basically like had the trade, made the trade, which is your 3DS. As you press the power off, you let the other one like continue to go with the trade, and then an error message and a black screen will come up. You turn it power off, or you can just go straight to the home menu. And as soon as you turn back on the 3DS, they have a clone copy of your Pokemon, and you have and you still retain the Pokemon that you basically traded to begin with. And it's amazing because I've managed to clone. Like I got a Genesect, which is a special edition Pokemon, only available like via. Basically in Japan, when the Pokemon movie came out, which featured the character. And the great thing is I managed to clone about 14 of them and just traded them using this fun glitch. And it's great. It's left me with some amazing, spectacular Pokemon, which I never usually have.
You got so obsessed with Pokemon cloning. It was so funny. I remember like months ago you were like, I'm just sitting here cloning more Pokemon.
And I literally did. I got so obsessed, and then I decided to put my 3DS away. And then now I've given it to my daughter to play Tamagotchi Life on. But one of them has now broken the power thing on it, so I'm kind of pissed off.
How is that game? I still want to get it.
It's basically like Animal Crossing, the fact that you do nothing. All you do is you build this island, you put characters in the island, who are your various Miis. So I have like Miis of my daughters, Miis of my sons, and Miis of everybody else that's on my Nintendo Wii. And I can also make trades with say like you or any of our other friends who have Miis, and put them onto the island as well. And you cultivate relationships, you build friendships, and you get money by doing that, which you can then use to buy like decorations for the rooms, buy clothes for your characters, and do loads of other things to make them happy. And that's literally the entire game. And my daughter's been playing it non-stop. When I played it for the first time, I was playing it for nearly 4 hours, and I didn't realise.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really, really good game and very addictive, but it's literally like Animal Crossing. You are doing nothing. So any more fun glitches that we can think of, guys?
Can't think of any.
I had one happen to me in BioShock Infinite.
Ooh, tell us.
She's like, no.
I said tell us.
You went into the bathroom and one of the guys, like, kicked open the door, like, he was in the bathroom stall, like, comes out and shoots at you. Well, I was waiting for it. Because I'm really suspicious. If there's a bathroom stall, then there's something in it. I'm hella suspicious about that in games. And so, I'm automatically aiming at the stall, so this motherfucker busts through the door and I shoot him. And his knees hit one end of the door, his butt hits the other end, and then his head hits the end where his knees are, so he accordions into the door of the stall and doesn't fall anywhere else. He's just stuck. And I'm like, damn, that did a good job. I couldn't do that again if I tried. So I was quite pleased. But the poor guy was indeed stuck in the bathroom stall.
Or he was just busy sitting in the bathroom stall for other reasons. Just saying.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Anyway,
Nobody wanted to
Definitely.
mention something like more popular, like what about the W item glitch in Final Fantasy VII?
ooh, tell us about that one.
After you return to Midgar, I believe it's the beginning of Disc 3, you parachute in. At one point, you'll go into the subway tunnels. You can continue forward to Hojo, but if you backtrack, and it's a good walk through the tunnels, you'll get the W item materia. Once you get that materia, you can equip it and you'll have the ability to use W item. If you're in a battle and you select an item, and then pick someone to use it, and then when you go back into picking the second item, if you back up to the first item, it'll add an item to your inventory. So, say for example, you have 2 Megalixirs, and you use W item, you pick a Megalixir on your party, and then you go to the second item, and then you hit the cancel and go back to the inventory on the first item, you'll have 3. Pick a Megalixir, go to the second one, hit cancel, you'll have 4. It's the best way to grind the experience, especially with those magic pots in the Northern Cave. Because, they all demand an elixir. And we all know that they're not just growing on trees. So, that's why we got glitches.
Okay, name me another glitch there, guys. Any more glitches do we have, sim-related or fine?
I honestly can't think of any right now. I would have looked more up, but yeah.
There's obviously all like the FIFA glitches and the wrestling glitches and the Grand Theft Auto glitches. Good God.
Yeah, there's.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I got such a funny story of Grand Theft Auto 3. What I used to do when I was playing Grand Theft Auto 3 back in high school, I would me and my friends we would record gameplay of Grand Theft Auto 3 and show them we would trade VHSs and watch them. And what we would do.
Lord.
Oh yeah, this is old school. What we would do is we would, because our PS2s would be hooked up to our VCRs. Or at least it was to mine, because my TV was so old it didn't have an AV out, so I'd use my VCR to hook my PS2. So I would record gameplay while I was playing it. Well, there was this one tape that I made that was so awesome. What happened was I did the tank code, I was going through a tank and I was just, wreaking havoc. Well, then one time I got out of the tank and I took a rocket launcher, and I shot it straight up in the air. And it exploded, and everyone started panicking. And I was right by an area where there was a lot of water, so everyone started running in the water, and they all started dying. And before you knew it, the whole lake was just full of floating bodies. It was pretty awesome. I wish I still had that VHS. I'd a YouTube video just for it.
One of my friends actually had something happen in Halo. I think it was like Halo 2 or Halo 3. But they were all playing as like a group thing. And one of them, they all could see like their own screen. So one of them was in a tank, and they like went over and basically they kind of fell off a cliff. But what happened was one of the guys was really being a dick and like dicking off, and so he threw a sticky grenade. It landed by the tank. The tank flipped over the cliff, and the turret on the tank starts spinning, and the tank takes off like a helicopter and flies off the map and kills the guy inside.
Damn, that's so awesome.
And they didn't capture it on video. And they were like, why? Like, no, they did. They did capture it on video. I'm sorry, that was my bad. They captured it on video, but they haven't been able to like get the info and like upload it yet. But the tank just took off like a helicopter and killed the guy inside.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto was notorious for awesome glitches, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I remember the one glitch I used in Grand Theft Auto Liberty City stories that actually explode and exploit my PSP, so that I could actually modify the system. There's like, does everyone remember the Twilight Princess exploit for the Wii?
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can basically glitch the game into allowing you to go through a back door, so you could soft mod the Wii. It was the first of its kind. I remember seeing this exploit and actually obtaining the file so I could download the exploit to allow me. And it was via a save game, wasn't it, Xander? And you had to walk up to like one of the gentlemen and have a conversation. As soon as you went to the conversation, the game had an error code, and then the exploit kicked in and allowed you to basically soft mod the system.
Yep.
So it was a nice little exploit. I enjoyed that, and it shows as well that these glitches are very commonplace. Every single game has them. Usually it's due to the fact where development stages, they haven't dealt with these glitches or exploits before, or there's a bit of code that's left out, as includes Mario 64.
So speaking of that, can we just all agree and consider Skyrim on PlayStation 3 is one big glitch?
Yeah, let's talk about
It's
talk about
great.
Skyrim. Skyrim and everything is a one big glitch. But let's talk about that. Tell us your experience with Skyrim and how glitchy it's been for you.
Me personally, I've never played Skyrim. However, my friend had to make the choice between purchasing it on 360 and PlayStation 3, and he purchased it on PlayStation 3. And I, did my duty and made fun of him for months after that because of it.
Yeah, what happened to him?
There's just so many game-breaking glitches in the game. Stuff that I've personally witnessed, like, your horse just flying off into the distance, stuff like that. Dead bodies twitching. I'm not aware of anything major, but it shows the level or the lack of the beta testing and stuff like that. And often I use that as an example for the horrendous trend of releasing games that are not finished and properly, tested for glitches and stuff like that.
I was also going to mention another, well, it's not really a glitch, but it's a little piece of gaming news that just reminded me, because we were talking about Final Fantasy VII so much, that apparently Square has made a cloud, they're trying to make a cloud sharing service, and it's called Shinra. And it kind of worried me, and I really don't want to give anyone ideas saying this little joke that I made today earlier. I was like, I really hope someone doesn't hack into the cloud service of Shinra, and like they name their hacking group Avalanche.
I obviously get the reference, but that just seems like poor naming. That's like, I'm going to make a summer camp for children and call it Satan's Hideaway. Shinra was not the good guys.
Or I'm going to make a freaking children's home and just call it Freddy's Nightmares.
Yeah.
Yes. Do it.
Well, I hear the whole cloud service is actually being powered off Mako Energy. So
God.
What's
Mako Energy? I have no idea what that is.
I've always wanted storage run off of souls of creatures.
Well, Mako Energy, that's another reference to Final Fantasy VII.
Oh.
That's what Shinra was harvesting, was the Mako Energy.
Which was the lifeblood of the planet,
beginning
like the
of
spirits of the creatures.
But Char.
Yeah, at the beginning of the movie when Marlene's like, the Shinra Electric Power Company, stuff like that, it's,
Yeah. Bad shit. But yeah, I can't really think of any other glitches myself.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I can't think of any. Go ahead.
Okay, well, what we will do now then is let's go to the plugs, because I see it is getting rather late. And let's start with you, Xander. What are you plugging today, and what holes are you plugging?
Oh wow. Well, I do have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Xander Skullion. I also have a podcast, XS Gaming Podcast, and we'll be doing a new episode this Tuesday. We'll be talking about imports. And I'm also doing something very soon. I might make an event of it just to let people know. I'm planning on doing like live stream hangouts on Google, like Google Hangouts, and basically I don't really exactly know what's going to be other than just hanging out. Like I think it's just something for people that watch my show just to get to know me more, or just to get to know people that watch my show more, and maybe just talk about anime, video games, and just bullshit around or something like that. But, eventually if that takes off, then I'll probably make it live and, on YouTube as well. And, maybe I'll upload those videos as well, depending on how it is. But, that's pretty much it. And, all my content you can check out on, retroonlimb.com and on thenerdgenius.com.
That sounds awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like,
Now let's go to you, Jamie.
Alright, well, you can find me on YouTube at Shimeji, S-H-I-G-E. Damn it, every single time, S-H-I-M-E-G-E-E. I've misspelled it 3 weeks in a row, and it's my own goddamn YouTube.
Yeah, she hosted the Resident Evil retrospective and still misspelled it.
Sorry. But, S-H-I-M-E-G-E-E, that's also my, Tumblr name as well. You can find me there at GVirusJunkie, that's my Twitter. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Hazardous Cosplay, HAZRD-US Cosplay. We will be attending Anime Weekend Atlanta this Saturday. Look for Bloody Mary's True Form and Luisetta from Resident Evil 4. If you see us, come by, say hi, take pictures, and just check out my YouTube. I'm hoping to post some more stuff this week. I got sick last week. I get sick a lot. So I got sick last week and I wasn't able to move and post anything. But this week I'm actually hoping to talk about the new information we've gotten on Resident Evil Revelations 2. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully I will see you guys at AWA.
Okay, Anina, go for it.
Hello. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Anina Kaski. That's ANINAKASKI. There's only one of me with that name, so I should be fairly easy to find. Also, I'm part of a improv comedy group, or female improv comedy group, so you can have a look at our website, improvnoir.com, if you'd like to catch some improv comedy if you're around in London. That's me, for now.
And Mr. VG Master himself, Lee Garasich.
Well, it's much less of a plug than it is spreading the word of what I feel is the greatest place on the planet. There's a game store by my house. It's in Hopewell, Pennsylvania. And just small gaming stores don't get much love. And that place is amazing. Everything from ColecoVision to PS4, every card game you can imagine, weekly D&D adventures. You can check them out on Facebook. It's the Game Master's Realm. Great people, knowledgeable. The store is basically the owner's personal collection. And I've really been trying to promote the small business and the small guys because, what GameStop has been doing to us.
Nice. I always love hearing about mom and pop shops. They really don't get enough love, especially good ones. You always hear about the bad ones that resell everything, right? Oh, these guys are overpriced. But there's actually really good mom and pop shops that people need to know about that might be right around their corner, You know
what? Let me tell you this. When I first went down there, brand new to the store, I was looking for Raiden for PlayStation, which was a pretty hard game to find. Not only he had a copy, it was in near mint condition. I got it for dirt cheap, took it home, and my PlayStation 2 didn't work. So I was so disappointed. I called him. He had me come back in. He had somebody clean my PlayStation 2 for like $10. And because I bought the game off him and couldn't play it, he gave me a PlayStation 1 to take home to play the game and bring back whenever I got my PS2 back. You don't get that kind of service anywhere. I love that place. I can't say enough about them.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
And one more thing, of course, if you go to www.nerdgenius.com, you can find I Got Gameplay and loads of other stuff on there as well. Find me on youtube.com/TheNerdGenius. And also, you could basically find me on the lovely interwebs on retroisland.com, on the lovely animecourtyard.com, and you check out loads of stuff I've been doing at the moment, including reviews, including an interview that's going to be posted this Sunday with Megaran, and also you need to make sure that you keep up to date with me on facebook.com/Michael Burhan. And now, guys, we are going to call this the end of the show tonight. So, for Mr. Xander Skullion, for Jamie Styles, for Anina Kaski, for the VG Master himself, Mr. Lee Garasich, for Zack Latour, who's probably in a bar somewhere trying to hunt for Strange, this is Michael Burhan saying that we've got gameplay. Have you?